living. Every line a painted face, every thought a hiding place. You build your castles out of sand, then curse the tide for what it planned. You talk in circles round and round, chasing echoes lost and found. Can't tell the dream from the disguise, drowning slow beneath your lies. I'm spinning, can't find the ground, falling through the noise, through the sound. All these tales I keep reliving, twist my fate, but who's forgiven? I'm spinning, my truth's unwound, can't escape the web I found. I made this storm I'm in, and I'm spinning. Mirrors crack but still reflect every thought I can't reject. I'm both the victim and the crime, the broken clock that tells the time. Every voice inside's a clone, and they won't leave me alone. Round and round I chase my tail, every step's a brand new fail. Writing myths in my own head, sleeping in the lies I fed. I'm spinning, can't find the ground, falling through the noise, through the sound. All these tales I keep reliving, twist my fate, but who's forgiving? I'm spinning, my truth's unwound, can't escape the web I found. I made this storm I'm in, and I'm spinning. Oh, don't you get it? I can't stop the real. My fiction's the only thing I feel. I built this maze with my own hands. Now I'm the ghost who understands. Spin me faster, blur the line between your world and mine. Truth bends, the edges thin, and I lose myself again. I'm spinning, can't slow it down. Echoes rise, I hear the sound. All these stories half forgiven keep me lost, but still I'm driven. I'm spinning, nowhere to land, trapped inside the tales I planned. I made this storm I'm in, and I'm spinning. Yeah, I'm spinning, and I can't tell where I begin.
Yeah. This one's for the mud throwers, the finger pointers. Look in the mirror, fam, it's you. Dragging people's names, speaking spite at night, but the dirt on your hands don't wash off right. You preaching truth and justice, man, that's disguise. Behind all the smoke is projection and lies. Talking about honor, contradiction show. Every jab that you throw is the pain you don't own. It's insecurity, fronting for the crowd. Groupthink soldiers just yelling too loud. Hey yo, look in the mirror, that's where the madness live. Pointing fingers at them, but it's you that did. Stand tall, won't crawl, won't fall. We reflect it all, we reflect it all, we reflect it all. Mirror madness, truth comes clear. You the villain in the story that you made this year. Obsessed with the target, can't let it go. Lightning rod sparking in your circus show. Every villain you paint says more about you than the shadows you chase and the lies you spew. Community toxic, built on blame. A carousel of chaos playing the same game, while others rise higher, you stuck in the loop. Hypocrisy heavy, can't carry that truth. Hey yo, look in the mirror, that's where the madness live. Pointing fingers at them, but it's you that did. Stand tall, won't crawl, won't fall. We reflect it all, we reflect it all, we reflect it all. Mirror madness, truth comes clear. You the villain in the story that you made made this year.
It ain't them with the sickness, it's the panel you praise. Lost in projection, stuck in a haze. Calling out names just to boost your rep, but that mirror don't lie, it shows your steps.
So next time you point, better look within. It's your shadow you fight, not the place they've been. We reflect the madness, truth intact, sending all that energy right back.
Hey yo, look in the mirror, that's where the madness live. Pointing fingers at them, but it's you that did. Stand tall, won't crawl, won't fall. We reflect it all, we reflect it all. We reflect it all. Mirror madness, truth comes clear. You the villain in the story that you made this year. It ain't them with the sickness, it's the panel you praise. Lost in projection, stuck in a haze. Calling out names just to boost your rep, but that mirror don't lie, it shows your steps.
So next time you point, better look within. It's your shadow you fight, not the place they've been. We reflect the madness, truth intact, sending all that energy right back.
Yeah. Funny how they point fingers like they clean, huh? Let me remind you real quick. You ain't any better, so stop that flex. Acting like your hands clean, but I seen that mess. Throwing shade from a throne made of glass and debt, but you broke in the soul, don't forget that yet. You ain't any better, so stop that flex. Acting like your hands clean, but I seen that mess. Throwing shade from a throne made of glass and debt, but you broke in the soul, don't forget that yet. You judge me? Cool, but watch where you stand. You preach real loud with dirt on your hands. You fake woke, fake deep, fake wise, fake peace. Trying to act like you healed, but you lie through your teeth. I seen what you do when the lights go dim. All them secrets you hide, yeah, they swim and swim. But you drown in denial, dressed up in style, while the truth getting louder every mile. You post like a saint, live like a fraud, fronting like you righteous, but you bend every law. I ain't saying I'm perfect, I bleed too, but at least I don't pretend like I see through you. Ain't any better, so stop that flex. Acting like your hands clean, but I seen that mess. Throwing shade from a throne made of glass and debt, but you broke in the soul, don't forget that yet. You ain't any better, so stop that flex. Acting like your hands clean, but I seen that mess. Throwing shade from a throne made of glass and debt, but you broke in the soul, don't forget that yet. Tell me how you real when your word mean nothing. Switch sides quick when the crowd start buzzing. You clap for the lie but ignore the truth, cause honesty hit like a chipped front tooth. You dress it up nice but the stain don't fade. Soul been cloudy since the 3rd or 4th grade. Trying to lecture me like you earned that crown, but your kingdom weak and your roots ain't sound. I don't need your praise or your fake respect. Keep your likes, keep your tags, I don't need that check. I walked through the fire, didn't lie on the way. You just play clean cause you scared of the flames. You ain't any better, so check your pride. Judge me all day but can't sleep at night. You run from mirrors, I face what's mine. So next time you talk, just stay in line. Before you look down, look inside. You ain't any better, you're just louder. like a king, but it's fake within. Test the armor, scratch the paint. One false move and the mask gon' faint. Bit, non-bit, until it switch lanes. Pressure in the mind, can't handle the flames. It ain't the insult, it's the truth you can't stand. Shaking when I show you what you really am. Trigger the beta, watch him explode. Push all the buttons, breaking the code. Run like a lion, fold like a lamb. Don't you get it, I'm exposing the scam. Claiming alpha, but it's cosplay pride. I press a nerve in the real you hide. Swagger in the day, crumbling at night. Can't hold frame when you're forced to fight. See a leader stays calm in the storm they face, but a beta loses grip when you step in their space. It's the silence, the patience, the strength in the soul, while you're losing your control just to play that role. Poke, poke, now the mask is cracked. You ain't built for the weight, can't carry that stack. It's the calm ones quiet that you can't derail, but the loud ones shatter when the test unveil. Trigger the beta, watch them explode. Push all the buttons, breaking the code. Run like a lion, fold like a lamb. Don't you get it, I'm exposing the scam. Trigger the beta, yeah, the truth gets hot. Bit on bit, until it's not.
Still breathing, never been the one they chase. Taught myself to hunt without a trace. Raised my voice, shook the graves. You pulled the pin, now face what stays. You built a monster, now deal with it. I don't fold, I move deliberate. Shadow in your mind that won't quit. This ain't a warning, this is it. You built a monster. Built a monster. Now live with your conscience. Tried to push me down past the limit. Now I'm clawing through every minute.
Every minute.
Stood alone, no gimmicks.
No
now
gimmicks.
The throne got my imprint in it. You built a monster, and I'm colder. Walked through heat, came out bolder. You built a monster, no more orders. This is me. Without the borders. Look at the mess that silence bred. Now come confess. Look what you fed. Now count the weight of every step. Look who's back.
Look who's back.
You built a monster, and I don't forgive. Not your echo. I exist. You built a monster. I won't forget. No curtain call. Just consequence. You didn't break me. You built me. I was always here, now you just see it.
Arr, arr. The Google Monster! All right, everybody, welcome back to Out of This World Live. I am your host, Patrick, a.k.a. OTW, back for another one. We are at the middle of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Right at the middle part, you know, where your belly button is. Yeah, we're at the belly button of the week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already stuttering right at the beginning of my broadcast. I love it. Let me take that off. Yeah. All right. Shout out to the chat. Welcome everybody that's watching right now. We got 15 people in the house. Much love and respect to you all. We got channel member in the house, Mr. E. We also have Boy. Welcome, Boy. Having a nice and very cordial conversation with Bear Jew, which is also in the house. And we have channel member Gabriel's Trap House Gains, ladies and gentlemen. Man, give a big round of applause for Mr. Gabriel. Freaking soundboard's not on. Yeah, that's for Gabriel. We also have Barely. Welcome to the show. And we got a very small chat today, but a very active small chat, right? Very active. It's a hot springs day. It's not spring. It's autumn. Autumn. So, after 2 days of the Landry thing, it's boring me, really. I think I might have something else I'd rather do today than just go over Landry's bullshit. So, I'm going to do something else. Although I am going to review a part of what of Landry's broadcast he did yesterday. It's actually just going to be, I'm going to look over his astrological segment because that's actually interesting. So, but besides that, I'm not actually going to go over any of the drama. It's like I'm not going to go there today. Sorry, guys. I mean, hey, sometimes I enjoy the peace and quiet and the calm, and even though we don't get as many people watching, I don't really mind because that just tells me that the people that are actually here are interested in what's going to happen, right? And what I have to present. So today I'm going to do my own astrology thing, right? Because I found that pretty cool, right? So, and I haven't done much astrology stuff on my show. So today I'm going to start the show off with Landry's AI breakdown astrology. And then I'm going to play mine and see if there's a difference. And there might be one. Actually, there might be a really big difference. Although, not that I don't enjoy the Landry astrology segment. It's not bad because he kind of like puts everybody in there. So it's whatever. So yeah, so I'm just gonna bring that up on stage. The fitness community is losing their minds. Astrology. Yeah, astrology. So, so this is the bit where he comes up with the computer
ways to pivot here, which is
it's a way to pivot from from the bullshitting and bitching, I guess. I'm just gonna speed it up a tad so I don't stay on this all day.
It's a fun little thing. I changed the thing, right? I changed the astrology. Well, I didn't change it. I just made a new one. To where this one's about the cult dynamics, potential cult dynamics, and how they would reveal themselves in this realm. And there's just kind of a little bit of back story. But then we have, oh man, this is a lot. All right, I mean, I guess I can just run through it just to get some sort of
I'm telling you, I'm gonna pause this
astrological aspect out of this.
This is good, guys. You should listen to this because it at one point, the AI identifies Landry as a woman. It's fucking hilarious, guys. I mean, stick around. It's worth it.
Of course, the study of cult dynamics is a complex, multidisciplinary field drawing from sociology, psychology, and religious studies. Understanding these groups requires a nuanced and objective approach. This guide will be structured into 3 main parts: foundational cult dynamics, the traditional models of recruitment, control, and leadership. The digital cult, how these dynamics have evolved and operate in online spaces. Astrological analysis as a supplementary tool. A speculative framework for analyzing leadership archetypes and group cohesion using the provided natal charts. Let's begin with the foundational principles. Part 1. Foundational cult dynamics.
Wow, that AI really sounds robotic. Come to think of it, it's like it's you know, you can't deny it's AI. It's like, that's for sure.
Its core, a cult or high-demand group, is an organization or movement that employs extreme and unethical manipulative techniques of persuasion and control to advance the goals of its leaders. The primary aim is to subordinate the
How long is this? Because I gotta go.
Well, you can go. Yeah, no worries. I'm just.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
no
Talk to you
problem.
later.
So, yeah, and Mitch, if you don't want to be here, you know, I'm definitely all good to be chilling, or we can have a discussion. You know, I'm happy either way.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. It's up to you, man.
All right, I'm just gonna keep going through this.
individual's identity to that of the group. The BITE model, a widely accepted framework for identifying the mechanisms of control, is Stephen has.
All right, so I guess what this is trying to say here is, like, from the input that was put in there, is like that this is a cult. You guys are part of the OTW enslaved cult, right? Yeah, because OTW is a branch of Enslavia, right? Remember that, eh? Always.
Son's BITE model. It categorizes control into 4 overlapping areas: behavior control, regulation of an individual's physical reality. This includes dictating where they live, what they eat, what they wear, their sleep schedule, and the jobs they hold. It also involves a rigid system of rewards and punishments. Information control, deliberately withholding or distorting information, lying, and discouraging access to non-cult sources. Information is compartmentalized, with an us versus them mentality that frames outside perspectives as dangerous, evil, or incorrect. Thought control, the indoctrination of the group's doctrine as truth. This involves using loaded language and thought-stopping cliches to prevent critical thinking, forbidding any criticism of the leader or doctrine, and promoting black and white thinking.
Yeah, my
Emotional
thoughts
control,
exactly, Landry.
manipulating and narrowing the range of a person's feelings. This is often achieved through fear of the outside world, of losing salvation, of the leader's disapproval, and guilt. Phobia indoctrination is a key component, creating an irrational fear of ever leaving the group. Recruitment and indoctrination. The process is typically gradual and deceptive. Seduction and love bombing. Potential recruits are showered with affection, praise, and attention. They are made to feel special, understood, and part of something great. This phase preys on common human needs for community and purpose.
And I'm so dumb because I don't think I've had any experience with that in the real world, because everything I've done has been mostly just having jobs, and all my online stuff was really just you know, I would leave comments like in the, yeah, but I wouldn't live chat. Live chatting is a thing that's like very overestimated, I think, to where a lot of people who don't do it don't ever really care to do it and don't even think about doing it. But this love bombing, it's not over to
Recruit becomes
previous
involved. They are gradually
who does that here?
persuasion and isolation. As the recruit becomes more involved, they are gradually isolated from their previous support systems.
Well, that's where
The group's worldview is presented as the only viable one, creating cognitive dissonance between their old life and their new one. Indoctrination. The recruit is fully immersed in the group's
Can you pause real
ideology
quick?
and practices.
yes, sir.
I've seen from their families.
Pay too much attention because that's, but separate if it's
Critical thinking is dismantled and replaced with the group's doctrine. At this stage, the individual's identity has begun to merge with the group persona. Part 2. The digital cult. The internet has revolutionized how high-demand groups operate, removing geographical barriers and accelerating the radicalization process.
Hey, that's heavy.
Characteristics and
The digital cult. Hey, that's something.
mechanisms. Decentralized leadership. While a central charismatic figure often exists, leadership can be more diffuse, operating through a network of influencers, moderators, and dedicated followers who enforce the group's norms online. Algorithmic radicalization. Social media and video platforms use algorithms designed to maximize engagement. This can inadvertently create a rabbit hole effect, continuously feeding a user more extreme content related to their initial interest, pulling them deeper into a specific ideology. Echo chambers and filter bubbles.
Oh,
Online cults
wow.
thrive in curated digital spaces.
That sounds a lot like this situation right here between Landry and I, where it seems like Landry's trying to drag people into something. Am I dragging you guys into something? Yeah, I'm here dragging you into AI, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm dragging you guys into AI. Well, I'd like to, I have this funny feeling there's some bias behind whatever's being because Landry really is supposedly the king of prompting. So whatever. Anyway, let's continue on listening. I so far I'm enjoying the AI much more than I enjoy Landry, to be honest.
Private forums, Discord servers, Telegram channels, specific subreddits, where dissenting opinions are removed and the group's narrative
What's up,
is
Big
constantly
G?
reinforced. This creates a powerful echo chamber that validates the ideology and isolates members from external critique. Anonymity and gamification. Anonymity can embolden individuals to adopt more extreme beliefs and behaviors. Many online groups use gamified elements, like rewarding members with status or recognition for creating memes, recruiting new members, or engaging in online harassment of perceived enemies. Weaponized information. These groups are often centered
I
around
wonder
the core
who's doing
conspiracy
that,
theory or
right?
secret knowledge that they claim the mainstream is hiding. They use misinformation, disinformation, and pseudoscience as primary tools for recruitment and control.
Obviously, I hate those words just because they're so loaded, misinformation and disinformation. But there's some truth to that, to the secret knowledge thing. The God, right?
No, but it's describing what you're doing, Landry, and you don't see that. It's like, wow, I'm blown away. Oh boy, this is good.
God, I know God. I got God flowing through my veins, y'all.
Warning signs of an online cult. Claims of possessing exclusive, secret, or special knowledge. A charismatic leader or group of influencers who demand absolute trust and are above
All right. I got a guest backstage, please. Everybody, welcome Boy to the broadcast. Welcome, Boy. How you doing, man?
I'm not doing so well. I mean, your streaming is. I mean, dude, can we get to a new topic?
Oh, I am. I'm leading into astrology, actually. To be honest, this is like the this is what actually inspired me. Yeah, this is the part of his broadcast that inspired me to do my own thing on astrology, because I didn't really trust all of what it was saying, right? So I said, let's go and see what an unbiased AI would say if I gave it the chart, and let's see how it breaks it down. And dude, I got like a fucking great breakdown, boy. It's like, wow, okay, that's a breakdown. Whatever Landry's doing is like, that's not a breakdown. Although it's not that bad to listen to. This is why I'm more fascinated in what the AI has to say than in anything Landry or Mitch or any of them have to say, really. So.
Because I was quite excited when you said it's not going to be about Landry.
It's not.
But here we are. I mean,
well, I said before I was going to start that I'm going to use a part of his broadcast because of the AI segment in it, right? So it's not necessarily about him.
You're just fascinated, dude. You're just fascinated with the whole.
The AI is really fucking. You got to listen to it, man. It's not that bad, but I made something that really defined me. So, in other words, today is going to be pretty much all about me, guys. Okay, it is. Today is OTW Day. All right, we're the 15th of October. We're in the middle of the month and the middle of the week. Okay, strangely enough, and boom, today is OTW Day. All right,
it's not a coincidence, is it?
I guess not. Because you know what? I mean, it's kind of all about me anyway, in when you really look at things. So I figured, well, why don't make a whole broadcast just about me? But I'm going to start from this point going on, and then it's going to lead up into me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds like a good plan. Let's go there.
I love it. I already love my own plan. All right, so let's move forward.
criticism. An us versus them narrative that demonizes outsiders and former members. Pressure to sever ties with friends or family who are critical of the group. Using loaded language and thought-stopping cliches unique to the group. Demands for significant time and financial commitment. Part 3. Astrological analysis as a supplementary tool. Disclaimer. The following analysis uses astrology as a symbolic language to explore personality archetypes and group dynamics. It is a speculative framework for pattern recognition, not a scientific or deterministic tool for predicting behavior. It can, however, provide a unique lens through which to understand the potential roles individuals might play within a group dynamic. Based on the charts provided, we can identify several key archetypal energies that would significantly shape the dynamics of any group they form. Leadership archetypes and power signatures. Certain astrological placements can correlate with traits common in charismatic or authoritarian leaders. We see several potent examples in these charts. The patriarch.
Dude, I'm telling you, his own AI blows Landry out of the water. It's like if this was what is it called? Battleship, right? Well, yeah, AI sunk his battleship.
Builder, Paul, with a Taurus sun and Capricorn ascendant. Paul's archetype is that of the steadfast builder who wants to create tangible, lasting structures. However, the placement of Pluto, power, control, transformation, in Scorpio conjunct his midheaven, public reputation, is the most critical signature. This indicates an immense, deeply felt drive to wield power and authority in his career or public life. He is likely perceived as intense, magnetic, and potentially controlling. His goal is not just to lead, but to build an empire that reflects his values. The guru, performer, Jack, a Leo sun combined with a Leo midheaven, points to a natural performer who thrives in the spotlight and feels destined for public recognition. The Scorpio ascendant provides a magnetic, intense, and mysterious aura that can be highly charismatic and draw people in. His Virgo moon adds a perfectionistic, analytical, and critical undertone to his personality, suggesting a leader who demands high standards. This is the archetype of the charismatic teacher who commands attention. The ideologue, innovator, OTW, an Aries sun makes him a natural pioneer and initiator. The Aquarius moon gives him an emotionally detached, intellectual, and highly ideological nature. He is likely driven by unconventional ideas and a vision for the future. With Uranus, rebellion, innovation, in Scorpio in the 9th house, belief systems, his ideology is likely revolutionary, disruptive, and intense. He represents the archetype.
Wow, man. Like right off the bat, the battleship is launching missiles.
But don't you think this is a worthy opponent?
Dude, look at the astrological breakdown of what's it's saying about me, bro. You understand? This is about me, man. Not him.
I know.
It's me.
I know. Yeah.
You see what it's saying?
That's why I said a worthy opponent.
Oh, I'm the worthy opponent. Well, of course.
Well, there is worthy. I observe worthy opponents. No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Worthy opponents. Yeah, now you get it.
Type of the radical thinker who seeks to overturn existing paradigms. The shadow, power broker, Gabriel, the combination of a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, and Uranus in Scorpio all in the 7th house, partnerships, is extraordinarily intense.
Right.
His entire identity is fused with the concepts of power, transformation, and control within the context of his relationships. He may not seek the public spotlight himself, but he is a formidable force within his alliances.
Yes.
He is the archetype of the powerful counselor or the power behind the throne, whose influence is deeply felt by those he partners with. Group cohesion and inevitable conflict. The interplay between these charts reveals a foundation built on immense strength and profound inherent.
Patrick, that goes for the both of you. Whenever you say yes, it's a yes for him too. And
well,
you know,
I'm not sure, but I know that for a fact I've proven what that AI is saying when it comes, this astrological breakdown, right? It's like I've shown that, time and time again with Paul, and this AI is pretty much saying that those are the reasons why I guess I align so much with Paul.
But then again, there's an alignment between you and the one whose name shall not be mentioned too. I mean, I can see it. The stars can see it.
Maybe, but if you listen to his, because it'll break him down too after, you'll see maybe that's not necessarily accurate.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So there we go.
Conflict. The fixed sign power struggle. The dominant energy across the key charts is fixed. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Paul, Taurus, Scorpio. Jack, Leo, Scorpio. OTW, Aquarius moon. Gabriel, Scorpio, Taurus.
You know what, Arctic Timberwolf? I don't believe so. Actually, I think I'm on an upward trend. I'm not. The rude awakening, I've already had that 8 years ago. Believe me, nothing will awaken me more than what I've experienced that day. So I doubt it. Maybe you're the one who's in for a rude awakening. How about that? Right? Or maybe even a rude exclusion,
Bexx, Scorpio, Taurus, and Jeff, Scorpio, all have major placements in fixed signs. Cohesion. This creates incredible stability and loyalty as long as everyone is aligned. Fixed energy is determined, persistent, and dedicated. When they share a goal, they are an unstoppable force. Conflict, however, when their wills diverge, it results in epic standoffs. Fixed signs are notoriously stubborn and resistant to change unless it is on their own terms. Power struggles between Paul's need for tangible control, Taurus, Pluto, Jack's need for central authority, Leo, and OTW's ideological purity, Aquarius, are virtually guaranteed. Gabriel's Scorpio placements would likely amplify these power dynamics from within key relationships. Communication and ideology. Jeff's role as a communicator is highlighted by his Scorpio Sun, Mercury in the 3rd house, communication, and his Gemini Moon in the 10th house, public image. He is an investigator and messenger, capable of digging deep, Scorpio, and disseminating information publicly, Gemini. Lindsay's Sagittarius stellium, Mercury.
I don't fuck around, guys. I just warned him. I said, it's either, you shut up or you're going to get the fuck out. It was pretty simple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it's you might be in for a rude awakening or a rude exclusion. And you got it with that last comment. You got your rude exclusion.
Oh.
Adios. Have a good one.
Ego.
Just
Adios,
watch from YouTube now and press the dislike button twice. Oh, yes.
Hasta luego.
Venus, Neptune, makes her a natural believer and promoter of a specific worldview or truth. She adds an expansive, philosophical, and potentially dogmatic energy to the group's belief system. In summary, a group formed by these individuals would be incredibly powerful, magnetic, and intense. It would be held together by immense loyalty and a shared will. However, the same fixed energy that provides its strength is also the source of its primary vulnerability, a propensity for intractable power struggles and ideological schisms between its powerful leaders.
I've warned people before, Voy. It's harvest season, man. Right? Don't test me.
I've noticed.
You want to say something in chat?
What?
It better be a positive fucking thing. I don't mind if you argue between each other, as long as you're not fucking directing that negative energy towards me, I'm good. You'll survive in chat.
You're going to be cut off from the stem.
But lately I'm on a purge binge. So be very weary and watch your fucking mouth.
Are we weeds or are we growth?
That's what I'm figuring out for myself, actually. This is what it's all about. This is OTW Live. I am fucking God here, right? And I will separate the wheat from the chaff, okay?
It's your garden, OTW.
So, Mitch, are you still on Throne?
Yes, it is.
Sure, man.
Give me the address again, just in the pro chat, or the mailing thing. We got
Yeah,
it all
you
wrapped
know,
up.
and just put it on the string. It's just a PO box. I can say it out loud.
Let me put it in my phone. Okay, yeah.
Dude, you know what you notice, Big G? Never mind my AI. Landry's AI, if you were watching 5 minutes ago, was also just saying good things about me. So think about that one, man. All right? Put it in your mind, because I think any AI would fucking just say good things about me. It's like, no matter who fucking types the shit in, right? It's like you'd have to literally prompt it to say talk shit about OTW, right? Or something like that. It's like you'd have to force it.
But it's part of the plan, right? It's part of the program.
I guess so. Looks like AI and myself align pretty well, seemingly.
When I say the program, I'm not talking about romantics. I'm talking about honeypot construction, right? You know about
honeypot construction. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. What are you trying to reference exactly?
Well,
you're talking about the AI itself?
Yeah, it will tie you in.
Probably.
And then it will wind you up.
Hopefully not. That's hopefully where I'll make the
That's-
disconnect.
But I mean, I'm just talking about the program, right? And you will recognize the program, but it will tie you in and then will knot you up, and then you can't get out anymore. That's basically the system.
OTW is Cepheus. Who's Cepheus? Or Cephas? Or Kephas?
Lucid. Lucid.
Lucid. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Cephas. I don't know what that is. Cephas can refer to the northern constellation, a mystical king of Ethiopia, or mythological king of TG. Constellation is named after the mythical king in his northern circumpolar.
So what the fuck does Ethiopia have to
circumpolar
do with
constellation? I don't know. This is wow, that's awesome. A
Why?
mythical
Because you're
king.
confused. Because you're confused now. Now you want to know more than you already know, and you think it's fucking awesome.
I love your down on the ground fucking mentality, man. I like it when you keep your 2 feet on the ground. Keeps me grounded.
Well, thank you. I didn't even try.
No, but you know, I see these things, right? That's where my intellect kicks in with my intuition, I believe.
Cool.
So 5, 6, 6, 8.
Or boulder.
It's in between.
Those ideas about it thing. I don't think
Something
tape it.
has that stable. There's a lot of things.
I'm going to pray for me because it's and it's been short historically. Full buildings.
It seems dwindled.
Fuck, dude, you confuse me with an overload of Mitch and Landry.
I don't want to hear what they have to say.
Of course. Let's
Okay.
extend the analysis to incorporate these 3 new individuals, Moose, Mitch, and Landry. We will first examine their individual archetypal roles and then integrate behaviors. This is a spun Moose performance. He is a natural person by
Hold on a
immunity,
second.
not a definitive. This destructive behavior integrate them into Mitch. Of course. Let's extend the analysis to incorporate these 3 new individuals, Moose, Mitch, and Landry.
This is gold.
We will first examine their individual archetypal roles and then integrate them into the larger group dynamic.
And tell
Paying
me,
close
boy, if
attention
you
to the
think-
objective potentials for both.
Yeah, you know Moose, you know Landry, and you know Mitch, right?
Yeah, more than I would like to. Yeah.
Okay, so you tell me if the AI is accurate here when it talks about all
Okay.
3 of them. Because I want you to tell me to pause, right?
I would say pause if you need to.
All right, listen to this.
Constructive and destructive behaviors. Part 4. Analysis of new individuals. As always, this astrological analysis is a speculative framework for understanding personality archetypes, not a definitive measure of character. 1. Moose, the ambitious performer. Core identity. With a Leo sun in the 5th house, creativity, performance, Moose is archetypally driven by a need to be seen, admired, and to express his unique identity creatively. He is a natural performer who thrives in the spotlight. Public drive. His Aries ascendant gives him a pioneering, assertive, and independent veneer, while his Capricorn midheaven, career, is powerfully conjunct Mars. This is a signature of immense ambition. He doesn't just want to perform, he wants to build an empire and achieve tangible status through strategic, disciplined action. Inner world. A Libra moon in the 7th house, partnerships, reveals an emotional core that needs harmony, balance, and validation through one-on-one relationships. This creates a fascinating tension. The self-reliant Aries exterior hides a deep need for a partner. Pluto in Scorpio, also in the 7th house, indicates that his relationships will be arenas for intense power dynamics and profound transformation. Role. He is a charismatic frontman with the executive drive to lead projects and
Pause.
achieve public recognition.
Pause.
2. Mitch, the master.
So we're at a 3rd character now, and then he said Mitch. That's the 4th character now, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep track. Yeah. Okay.
So that's it?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just needed a
Man
pause
with the
to
executive
keep track of the characters, dude.
All right.
drive to lead projects and achieve public recognition. 2. Mitch, the mastermind communicator. Core identity. His Capricorn sun in the 8th house. Secrets, shared resources, psychology. points to a deeply strategic and serious individual who is comfortable operating in the shadow.
You are a very serious individual. That's the best word to describe.
Power broker. Social mask. A Gemini ascendant makes him appear curious, adaptable, and highly communicative. He is a social chameleon, able to gather and disseminate information effectively, making him a central node in the group's communication network. Inner world. The Leo moon in the 4th house, home, foundation, shows an emotional need for loyalty, pride, and being the king of his inner sanctum. While his Capricorn sun is reserved, his emotional nature is warm, generous, and demands respect. His Mars in Aries in the 11th house, groups, gives him a powerful, assertive drive to lead within community settings. Role. He is the indispensable strategist and information manager who understands the group's deepest psychological currents and can lead factions with assertive energy. 3. Landry, the strategic executive. Core identity. A Scorpio sun and Mercury in the 7th house, partnerships, places her identity and mind squarely in the realm of intense, perceptive, and strategic alliances.
Yeah,
Like Gabriel,
that's where
she is
that's where it said hers.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I hear you.
The AI thinks that Landry's a woman.
And AI is not that wrong, you know. I mean, he might have the appearance of a man or a boy, rather.
Well, maybe even it would identify him based on his astrological chart and just think that he's a woman, especially maybe the way he interacts with the AI.
It might actually be the being that's in between that everybody's been looking for, right? The being that has no gender. That might be Landry. I mean, just look at the name. It's like,
oh boy.
A powerhouse within relationships, possessing a penetrating insight into the motivations of others. Public drive. Her Aries ascendant provides a bold, direct, and initiating persona. The most significant feature of her chart is a Capricorn midheaven conjunct Jupiter. This is a classic signature of immense public success, fortune, and benevolent authority. She is destined for a high-status leadership role and is likely to be seen as a figure of wisdom and expansion.
All right, the elephant in the room, obviously, Landry is a girl's name.
Inner world. A Virgo moon in the 6th house. Work, service, reveals an emotional need for order, perfection, and practical utility. She feels most secure when she is working, improving systems, and being of service. This grounds her intense Scorpio nature with a practical, analytical focus. Role. She is the high-powered executive, blending strategic partnership skills, Scorpio, with a public reputation for success and authority, Jupiter on the MC. She brings competence and a powerful drive for tangible results. Part 5. Group integration and the duality of good and evil. The introduction of these 3 individuals significantly raises the group's overall competence and ambition, while also introducing new lines of potential fracture.
Oh no. Damn it. Shit, I can't start it over. Oh, that's a dumb move. Oh well. Well, you know.
Yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty much it. So let's move on to the next part of the show, which is my astrological birth chart, Lavoy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I would have loved to invited Gabriel up for that.
Gabriel. Yeah.
Gabriel from Gabriel Trap House Gaines.
Yeah, that's his new name. I mean, that's a bit
NPC, yeah.
too much. NPC was better. More catchy. What's the new name?
I mean,
Gabriel Trap House
Gaines.
I mean, come on, dude.
Oh, I don't know. I was like, I think it's all right.
Works for you? Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like it's like, you know, I've changed my name like so many times.
Yeah, well, you know.
So this is the OTW astrological AI birth chart reading done by the Deep Dive guys. So enjoy. It's like if you want me to pause it, just tell me, I'll pause it. But it's there's no visual here. There's just it's just audio.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we have a really unique and I think profound mission. We're taking a specific, quite intricate personal blueprint. It's the birth chart of OTW, born April 13, 1977. And our goal is to translate that ancient wisdom, you know, Vedic astrology into something modern, actionable. We're really looking at the architecture of a life here.
That's exactly right. We're using this, sophisticated and time-tested framework of Vedic astrology to analyze this very specific structure. This isn't just abstract theory, it's about seeing the actual mechanics of their journey, the karmic lessons they kind of have to master, the natural gifts they possess, and the precise timelines for major life themes. We're connecting identity traits directly to the practical flow of destiny.
Right. Our goal is definitely to move beyond just like simple summaries. We want to understand the core paradoxes maybe, and the spiritual mission that seems to guide this specific life.
Yeah.
And we can jump right in, can't we?
Yeah.
That initial core snapshot. What does the cosmic signature tell us straight away?
Well, the foundational signature is one of, I'd say, powerful contradictions, but held in a careful balance. So OTW has an Aquarius ascendant, that's the Lanya, which is the lens of personality, how the world sees them. Their core identity, the sun, is deeply compassionate, quite mystical actually, placed in Pisces. And then their inner emotional self, the moon, seeks balance and high ideals in Libra. So this triad, right away, it signals a life dedicated to humanitarian vision, driven by this deep spiritual empathy and channeled through a need for fairness, idealism, and, structural reform. It's kind of the meeting point of the rebel and the mystic.
Okay, let's start unpacking that primary filter then.
Yeah.
The ascendant, the Lanya, and Aquarius Kumbha. For anyone listening who might be less familiar, the Lanya defines the character, appearance, the whole trajectory of the physical life, right? So what does this fixed air sign immediately tell us about OTW's inherent approach to the world?
Right. The Aquarius ascendant identifies OTW as inherently visionary, innovative, and a relentless seeker of truth. Aquarians are often seen as a little detached, perhaps, but it's not coldness. It's more like the necessary objective distance you need to lead humanitarian efforts or, enact reform. They're focused on universal ideals, on community, on the future, often feel a step ahead of their peers. They are the social reformers of the zodiac, really.
That paints a broad picture. But Vedic analysis, it goes deeper, doesn't it? Into these subtle energy fields, the nakshatras, the lunar mansions. The ascendant here falls in Dhanishta nakshatra. First, maybe briefly, what is a nakshatra and why is the nasta important here?
Okay, so a nakshatra is a lunar mansion. Think of it as a smaller, finer division of the zodiac. There are 27 of them. And they pinpoint the subtle energy influencing whatever planet or point is placed there. Dhanishta is critical because its theme is strongly tied to fame, success, wealth, often connected to sound, rhythm, structural brilliance. So when the Lanya, the ascendant, falls in Dhanishta, it means the personal identity itself is kind of destined for prominence. OTW has this innate ability to command attention, influence others, often through a structured, maybe rhythmic message, whether that's writing, teaching, public speaking. The identity carries that energy of leadership and success.
Wow. Okay. So a visionary core already geared towards fame and influence. Let's then unpack this with the core drivers, the sun and the moon. Where does OTW find their sense of self-worth, their deepest compassion?
Okay, so the sun is in Pisces, and it's placed in the second house. Remember, the sun is the soul's light, right? And the second house governs fundamental values, speech, accumulated wealth, family legacy. Having the sun here dictates a highly spiritual, often artistic approach to wealth and self-worth. Their identity is inherently fluid, compassionate, empathetic, sort of detached from pure materialism. This is someone whose self-esteem really rises from their emotional and spiritual richness, maybe not so much their bank account,
And the sun is at a very high degree, isn't it? Near 29 degrees Pisces in Ravati Nakshatra. In Vedic terms, those final degrees, they carry a special weight, right? What does that placement signify?
Exactly. The 29th degree of Pisces is the very last degree of the entire zodiac cycle. It signifies culmination, spiritual maturity. It often suggests a soul that has, sort of completed the syllabus in previous lives. And Ravati, the nakshatra itself, is associated with innate compassion, service, spiritual seeking. So this placement makes their spiritual identity and empathy extremely mature. They possess this deep, natural wisdom, often serve as a compassionate guide for others, almost instinctively understanding the suffering of the world.
That profound depth, it contrasts really beautifully with the need for fairness we see from the moon. Tell us about the emotional core, the moon in Libra, positioned in the 9th house.
Yeah, this is a really stabilizing and elevating placement for the emotional life. The 9th house is the house of Dharma purpose, philosophy, higher knowledge, global vision. So emotional fulfillment for OTW comes through seeking fairness, balance, high ideals. They're emotionally invested in truth and harmony, often seeking wisdom through mentorship, maybe travel, or dedication to philosophical belief systems. And the moon is in Swati Nakshatra. It's symbolized by like a solitary blade of grass moving with the wind. This adds a crucial layer of independence, adaptability, and the pursuit of a harmonious ideal, even if it requires movement or change.
Okay, so if we put that together, we have this freedom-seeking, visionary Aquarian mind.
Right.
Fueled by this innate, mature compassion from the Pisces sun, and seeking emotional satisfaction through wisdom and fairness. That's the Libra moon. But their personal presence, you mentioned, is magnified by a planetary grouping.
Yes, exactly. The Aquarian stellium. We have two inner planets, Mercury and Venus, sitting right there in the Longja, the first house, both in Aquarius. This dramatically amps up the Aquarian energy in their personal presence, how they come across.
Okay, let's break down that intellectual power first. Mercury in the first house.
Mercury there ensures OTW is an inventive, quick-witted communicator, a visionary thinker. The intellect naturally bridges reason and intuition so they can conceptualize extremely complex, future-oriented ideas and then articulate them effectively to a broader audience. They kind of speak the language of tomorrow.
In Venus, what's the impact of Venus in that same very visible first house?
Well, Venus in the first house grants intrinsic charisma, beauty, magnetism. And in Aquarius, this provides a unique, often unconventional, maybe futuristic view of love, aesthetics, relationships. OTW attracts attention not just for their intellect, but for their independent and uniquely charming demeanor. This placement really enhances their personal magnetism, makes them a very visible and, frankly, attractive figure for leadership roles.
Okay, that identity foundation is one of immense inspiration and charisma. But every chart has its anchor, right? The great challenge designed to bring structure, discipline to the gifts. So now we move into section 2, the karmic axis. This is where we define the major life lessons and those deep-seated drives.
Exactly. Here's where we shift from the gifts to the crucial challenge. And we look immediately to Saturn, the great karmic teacher. It's placed in Leo and residing in the 7th house. This single placement really defines the necessary structure for maturity and leadership in their life.
Saturn in the 7th house. That's the house of long-term partnership, marriage, public dealings. Now, you've described OTW as someone focused on freedom, that's Aquarius, and ideals, that's Libra. What does Saturn, the planet of restriction and commitment, demand in their partnerships?
It demands structure, commitment, and immense maturity. Partnerships for them are not light or casual. They are serious, life-defining commitments. The lessons here revolve around loyalty, responsibility, and the patient building of a stable, shared life. And Saturn, being in Leo, a royal, fiery sign of creativity and self-expression, means this karmic responsibility is linked directly to creative output and the structure of self-expression within a partnership. The relationship itself must be a place where both individuals can, radiate, that's the Leo part, but only within defined, responsible boundaries. That's Saturn.
And specifically, Saturn is in Purva Falguni Nakshatra. How does that subtle energy shape this relationship lesson?
Purva Falguni is the constellation of creative enjoyment, rest, pleasure. Saturn's presence there means that the path toward true creative expression and, pleasure in relationships is earned. Earned through disciplined effort and sticking to high ethical standards. It's not about instant gratification. It's about building a beautiful, lasting legacy through the partnership.
Okay, and beyond just the 7th house, we need to talk about Saturn's influence across the whole life. Right? In Vedic astrology, Saturn's gaze, its drishti, is known to be powerful, demanding. Which houses does Saturn aspect, and what kind of work does it impose on those areas?
Oh, Saturn's full gaze absolutely shapes the entire destiny. It demands effort and discipline across the most vital sectors of life. It aspects 3 key houses. First, the first house, self. It aspects the Aquarius Lagna directly. This requires patient, slow, structural building of the self and identity. The vision has to be manifested over time with patience. This ensures OTW doesn't just rush into radical change, but commits to a disciplined evolution.
Okay, slow and steady wins the race for identity building.
Exactly. Second, the 4th house, home roots. It requires structuring and stabilizing the emotional foundation in home life. Saturn here demands hard work to achieve emotional security and internal peace. Roots need effort.
Right. And the 3rd?
Third, the 10th house, career public life. This is crucial. It ensures that long-term destiny and public success are achieved only through relentless, disciplined effort. Saturn is the architect of their professional life. The career must be built on integrity and endurance. Everything has to be built to last. No shortcuts.
Wow. So Saturn acts like this constant heavy gravitational pull towards responsibility, really stabilizing that otherwise light, free-flowing Aquarian energy. Let's shift now to another major axis, destiny and desire, the Rahu-Ketu placements. We have Rahu in Virgo in the 8th house, and its counterpoint Ketu in Pisces in the 2nd house.
Yes, this is the material versus mystical axis, and it energizes a profound transformation throughout life. Rahu represents our future obsession, our desires, where we're heading karmically. Ketu represents past life knowledge and necessary detachment, what we bring in. This life is intensely pulling OTW toward deep transformational experiences and hidden knowledge.
Rahu in the 8th house.
Yeah.
That's the house of transformation, hidden knowledge, research, shared power, even crisis. What is OTW obsessively drawn towards then?
Rahu, the north node of desire, in the 8th house creates this magnetic pull towards mystery, research, depth psychology, esoteric wisdom, handling large transformative energies, whether that's institutional resources, hidden truths, or the mechanics of crisis and healing. OTW will be drawn to analytical deep dives, uncovering what's concealed beneath the surface, and Rahu is placed in Hasta Nakshatra. This specifically grants manifestation power through skilled, hands-on application and mastery of craft, particularly in these deep analytical fields. They can actually materialize findings from the abyss, bring them into form.
Okay, now let's address the paradox I'm starting to see here. Ketu, the south node, represents detachment. It's placed in the 2nd house, which is all about tangible wealth, speech, resources. How does that past life energy manifest?
Ketu in the 2nd house, especially in Pisces, really reinforces the spiritual theme we saw with the sun. It suggests an innate detachment from material accumulation and a legacy of deep mystical insight. They likely already possess wisdom regarding spiritual and monetary values. And they may struggle with purely material pursuits because, well, the soul doesn't really feel the need for them. The internal focus is on intuitive, spiritual service, often finding comfort in what they already know, that deep inner knowing.
Wait a minute, though. This feels like a crucial conflict. You've described someone destined for public leadership, even fame, Danista, and structured visible teaching. Saturn's 10th aspect, Venus in the 1st. Yet their deep obsession is hidden transformation, Rahu 8th, and their innate comfort zone is detachment from material resources, Ketu 2nd. How do those two powerful forces, public ambition and private hidden mysticism, coexist without creating, severe internal stress?
Well, that tension is the engine of this chart. The stress, if you want to call it that, comes from balancing the need to be seen, to be out there. That's the Aquarius Venus 1st house energy, with the compelling desire to go deep and withdraw. That's the Rahu 8th Ketu 2nd pole. The solution lies in making the private wisdom public, but in a structured, transformative way. OTW must utilize their analytical hidden research from the 8th house to build the visible, ethical structures that Saturn demands in the 7th and aspects onto the 10th, structures that they then teach about. The transformation they seek isn't just personal, it's meant for their network, their community. They become the messenger who translates hidden truth into tangible reform.
Okay, that reframes the entire mission then. The core challenge is integrating that free, inspired flow of the Aquarian Pisces energy with the rigid, demanding discipline of Saturn. They have to embody this messenger builder archetype.
Exactly. Now let's look at Mars and Jupiter. These are the forces dictating how energy is actually expended, how action happens, and how wisdom is amplified. The practical planets, you could say.
Right. Let's start with Mars. Planet of action, courage, willpower. It's in Taurus, placed in the 4th house. What does that tell us?
Mars is typically fast, aggressive, fiery, but placing it in earthy, fixed Taurus slows it down, grounds it, makes it incredibly persistent. This means OTW's drive is practical, very persistent, and aimed specifically at protecting home, roots, family, and personal values. Those are the 4th house themes. While this grants immense endurance and stamina, it can also manifest as incredibly strong, sometimes immovable, maybe even stubborn willpower. When they commit to a belief or a foundation, they will fight for it with unwavering determination. This, Mars, ensures their base is solid, which actually allows the visionary Lanya to operate more safely.
So it sounds less like a quick spark of courage and more like an immovable architectural foundation itself.
Exactly. It's the enduring willpower required to withstand the pressure of Saturn's demands, which we saw aspecting that 4th house. They build their emotional life slowly, deliberately, but once it's built, it's unshakable.
Okay, then we have Jupiter. The great benefical, representing expansion, belief, wisdom. It's in Aries, in the 3rd house.
This is a phenomenal setup for communication, mentorship, teaching, just Fantastic. The third house rules expression, short travels, skills, communication mediums. Jupiter in the fiery, pioneering sign of Aries creates a bold, confident communicator with immense teacher energy. Their message is expansive, courageous, driven by deep conviction. They are naturally inclined to motivate, maybe publish, lead through their voice and written word. The third house Jupiter ensures the message is direct, optimistic, and truly inspiring.
And like Saturn, Jupiter casts its gaze, its aspects. How does Jupiter inject opportunity into OTW's life? Where does it expand things?
Jupiter's gaze essentially blesses and expands opportunity into the three crucial houses it aspects. First, the seventh house, relationships. Jupiter balances Saturn's seriousness here. It injects optimism, wisdom, and opportunity into partnerships. This suggests that OTW will likely meet partners who are wise, philosophical, and help uplift them. It softens the Saturnian burden.
That's a nice counterpoint.
It is. Second, the ninth house, philosophy beliefs. This placement amplifies the philosophical drive we already saw with the Libra moon. Jupiter ensures constant access to higher knowledge, mentors, and a broad global vision. Learning and belief systems are always expanding.
And the third aspect?
The 11th house, networks gains. This aspect ensures that OTW's teaching, communication efforts, and networking ultimately lead to broad, tangible gains. Community success, fulfillment of long-term desires. The words they speak because of this Jupiter lead directly to financial and social expansion. It pays off, literally.
Okay, we've covered the personality, the outer life, the challenges. Section 4 takes us deeper now into the soul blueprint itself. We need to look at the Navamsa D9 chart and the Admakarka. Can you first explain to the listener why the D9 chart is so important in Vedic astrology? What does it represent?
Sure. The D9 or Navamsa chart is often called the soul blueprint. It doesn't describe the physical reality so much. That's the main Rasi chart, the D1 we've been discussing. Instead, the D9 reveals the inner lay, the potential for fulfillment, the quality of relationships, especially marriage. It shows the inherent strengths and weaknesses of the planets on an inner spiritual level. It's the chart of the soul's promise.
So what does the Navamsa reveal about the soul's inner wiring for OTW?
Well, the D9 ascendant is Gemini. This is fascinating. While the outer world sees the Aquarian reformer, the soul's inner engine thrives on communication, learning, intellectual curiosity, constant exchange. To feel internally vibrant, alive, OTW needs to constantly learn, process information, adapt mentally. The soul is a communicator.
And the D9 moon, where does that fall?
The D9 moon is in Sagittarius. This placement reinforces the need for emotional wisdom rooted in faith and expansive universal ideals. The soul's emotional maturity is found through embodying the role of the wise mentor or philosopher. So while the main chart's moon seeks balance in Libra, the D9 moon demands depth of belief, like Sagittarius. And we also see powerful thematic reinforcement in the D9. Venus is in Aquarius again, and Saturn is in Leo again. This is like the universe confirming the main chart's key tensions and themes, reinforcing the need for freedom, friendship, and maybe unconventional structure and love, that's Aquarius Venus, combined with loyal, responsible leadership, that's Leo Saturn. The core themes repeat on the soul level.
Okay, let's talk about the ultimate spiritual guide for this life then.
Yeah.
The Admakarka, which is Saturn. What exactly is the AK, and why is Saturn being the highest degree planet so significant here?
Right, the Atmakarka, or AK, is the planet with the highest degree in the birth chart. It defines the soul's deepest spiritual desire, the core lesson the soul is fundamentally here to master in this lifetime. With Saturn as the AK, OTW is on a spiritual apprenticeship focused on mastering patience, structure, humility, endurance, and responsibility. Their spiritual success is linked directly to their ability to shoulder burdens, practice integrity, and lead through service rather than ego. Saturn AK is a profound mandate to build something lasting, something tangible from their spiritual efforts.
And where does this spiritual path express itself outwardly? How does it manifest?
That is shown by the Karaka-Shalanya. This is the sign where the AK planet, Saturn, falls in the Navamsa chart. For OTW, the Karaka-Shalanya is Leo. Leo represents the radiant path. So the spiritual success for OTW is expressed through leadership, courage, creativity, compassion. However, and this is key, the path requires they use Saturn's lessons, discipline, humility, structure, to temper the potential ego of Leo. The mission is to transform personal struggle into universal wisdom and to lead with the heart responsibly. The spiritual achievement is inherently public and needs structure.
So the message is really clear. The soul must learn structure, discipline, patience before it can truly express its innate radiance without distortion.
Absolutely. The wisdom gained through Saturn's patient hard work is precisely
So
what
that's-
allows the Leo heart to shine authentically
Pause.
without
second.
becoming
Yeah.
arrogant or brittle. The structure supports the radiance.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually it praises you until no ends, and then it says like discipline. You know, it's yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I agree to that. And what's your take on this, LTW? I mean, you've been praised so often and so loudly.
Oh, but this isn't a different type of praise, my friend. This is just it breaking down pretty much who and what I am and what I'm made of. It's like it's more than just praise. It's pretty much defining.
It's like it's sprinkling diamonds on your already marble cascade.
It's just crazy.
It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much for me.
I love it. I'm loving it.
You
My,
love
my
it. Okay.
narcissistic part of me is going wild right now.
Okay. Just as long as you are aware, you know, it's okay.
Of course I am.
Okay, let's move into section 5. Life, timeline, and destiny phases, the dasha analysis. This is where we really see the story unfold chronologically and where the current moment and future potential is situated. The dasha system, it's essentially the precise timing of when different planetary influences dominate life, isn't it?
Correct. The life progresses logically through these planetary rulers, or dashas, setting up necessary foundational experiences along the way. OTW was actually born into the Saturn dasha, 1977-1996. 19 years of Saturn right at the start. This was a critical period of likely early challenges and foundational responsibility. For a newly forming Aquarian personality, Saturn provided that mandatory grounding and discipline. It ensured the native learned the necessity of effort very early on.
Made them grow up fast, perhaps.
Quite possibly, yes. It sets a serious tone. What followed was the activation of their intellectual energy. The Mercury Dasha, 1996-2013. And Mercury, remember, sits powerfully in the first house in Aquarius. This was a major phase, 17 years of intellectual growth, networking, communication expansion, maybe academic or technical mastery. This period activated their visionary thinking and built the intellectual framework they now rely upon.
Okay. And the immediate phase before the current one.
Mm-hmm.
These often feel like periods of dissolution or spiritual pruning, right? The K2 Dasha, 2013-2020.
Yes, that 7-year period was crucial. K2 rules detachment, spirituality, dissolution, letting go. With K2 in the second house, which rules values, wealth, resources, this was a necessary phase of spiritual withdrawal, maybe an identity shift, letting go of material expectations or attachments. It was designed to reinforce that innate spiritual detachment we talked about and prepare the ground for the much more expressive, highly relational period that followed. It often feels like the world kind of dissolves old expectations, allowing the core spiritual truth to emerge more clearly.
Which brings us right up to the present and the long-haul future. The Venus Mahadasha, 2020-2040. That's 20 years of Venus, placed powerfully in the first house in Aquarius.
This is undoubtedly one of the most significant periods of OTW's entire life. Venus governs love, harmony, charisma, creative expression, beauty. Because Venus is right there in the first house, the house of self. This is a 20-year period focused on magnetic attraction, self-expression, and the fulfillment of creative and relational desires. The visionary persona, which was built up during Mercury Dasha and then refined, perhaps purified, during K2, is now actively attracting abundance and meaningful partnerships. This is absolutely their time to shine and utilize that first house magnetism.
Now, given the complexity we discussed with Saturn in the 7th house relationships, is there a specific window within this long Venus Dasha that's identified for peak relationship fulfillment?
Yes, absolutely. Based on the Navamsa analysis and the overall dynamics of the chart, the period from roughly 2026 to 2033 within this Venus Dasha is highly highlighted. We could call it the soulmate activation period. This looks like the primary window for deep relationship fulfillment and establishing that mature, lasting partnership structure that Saturn demands. The Aquarian love of freedom has to find a way to merge with Saturnian commitment during this time.
Okay, that's significant. Now let's talk practical action, maybe career or business acceleration. What's the destiny acceleration window that they should be intensely focused on right now or in the coming years?
The current window, running approximately between 2024 and 2036, is identified as the active career phase. This is really the golden era for visibility, expression, communication, branding, leadership growth. This period, which leverages Jupiter's communication gifts, Venus's magnetism, and Saturn's structural drive, is pretty much non-negotiable for establishing their long-term public influence and setting the stage for the next major life phase. Action now builds the future foundation.
So if they want to build that lasting legacy that Saturn and Leo seem to demand, they absolutely must prioritize strategic public action during this window and what follows this long Venus dasha.
The next major phase is the Sun Dasha, 2040-2046. 6 years. Now, the Sun rules the 7th house, partnerships, public dealings, and is powerfully placed in the spiritual 2nd house. This 6-year period signals a kind of culmination of public leadership and recognition. It's the time when the structures built during the Venus phase yield clear, authoritative results. It represents the arc toward mature authority and societal influence, powered by that deep Piscean wisdom.
Okay. We've analyzed the architecture, understood the soul work, timed the destiny. Now let's translate the synthesis into that clear career archetype you mentioned, the visionary teacher.
Yes, that feels like the right fit. It pulls together the Jupiter teaching energy, the Aquarian need for reform, and the Saturnian structure.
So what is the core function of this archetype for OTW?
Their function is essentially to be the bridge between deep reason and spiritual insight. They are the awakener of truth, but through structure and practical application. The foundation of their work seamlessly blends Saturn's need for lasting ethical structure with Leo's radiant leadership qualities and Jupiter's expansive wisdom.
Given this synthesis, which specific professional fields seem to align best with these powerful placements? Where could they thrive?
The data points quite clearly toward fields that require innovation, structure, and deep compassion. Because of the Aquarius ascendant and Saturn's influence, they could excel in systemic reform, large-scale community building, maybe even law or policy. The Sun Ketu in Pisces suggests spiritual guidance, counseling, therapy, or artistic pursuits that really touch the soul. The Moon in Libra points toward mediation, philosophy, ethical leadership roles, and that Jupiter Aries in the 3rd practically guarantees success in teaching, motivating, writing, publishing, media. So practical fields could include structured education, designing curricula, leading institutions, spiritual guidance and mentorship programs, media and publishing, especially future-focused, leadership in nonprofits or reform movements, and any creative arts that require a strong, structured message. They are destined to be a truth-based influencer and a responsible, ethical leader.
Okay. Let's quickly revisit the relationship pattern. We know Saturn in the 7th demands maturity, but how does OTW likely approach love and partnership?
Relationships absolutely require commitment, high ethical standards, and crucially, authenticity. Superficial won't work. Love is sought through shared ideals, maybe intense philosophical exploration. That's the Moon in the 9th house. Critically, the Venus in the 1st house in Aquarius mandates that any partner must honor their strong need for personal freedom, intellectual compatibility, maybe even...
Is it trying to describe not OTW? Is it trying to describe flow state, the powdered dusty? I think it's describing the powdered dusty there.
I was muted. I was going to say, I don't know. I was fucking talking while I was muted. Such.
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, it's okay. Thanks a lot, dude. Really. So, but really, I don't know. I don't like, I'd love to see what the AI has to say about flow state's birth chart.
I think it's going to be the same as what it is describing now.
Well, okay. Maybe. I don't know.
I might be wrong, but
you might be.
Partner must honor their strong need for personal freedom, intellectual compatibility, maybe even a bit of unconventionality. The challenge is finding a partner mature enough to commit to Saturn's structure while respecting that Aquarian independence. The relationship has to be built on a foundation of shared purpose and mutual respect, not just emotion or convenience.
Right. And finally, the spiritual growth path. What does the path to liberation, to moksha, look like for them?
The path of liberation.
Look, Kaiju, I said I don't care. I don't care. I knew for a fact that the numbers were going to go down. I said it before I started this show. Hello? It's talking about me, right? So the people that are actually interested in me stuck around, dummy.
And rigid material outcomes. The goal is a kind of spiritual merging with the divine flow, trusting the process. The intense transformational work directed by Rahu in the 8th house, mastering hidden dynamics, psychological depths, is ultimately meant to facilitate this spiritual merging. It helps break down ego structures, leading to true, liberated detachment, even while functioning effectively in the world.
Okay, so we've covered the entire technical blueprint. What are the key practical wisdom points, the actionable themes for fulfilling this complex dharma?
Right. The soul work themes translate into concrete actions. OTW is essentially meant to speak profound truth with innate compassion, that's the Revati sun. Build ethical, lasting systems that uplift and reform others, that's the Saturn AK combined with the Aquarius Lanya. Lead through genuine example and authenticity that comes from Leo Saturn and the Leo Karakamsha. And, critically, balance necessary solitude, that Rahu 8th house pull towards depth, with public service, using their profound creativity as a spiritual practice itself. This is the blueprint for creating a legacy that truly endures. You know, if we had to distill this entire complex chart into one single focused sentence, it might be something like this. I'm here to turn abstract wisdom into enduring structure, channel my quest for freedom into structured focus, and leverage my truth to create lasting reform. My structured effort ensures my voice awakens others, and my work builds what will outlast me.
Wow, that's a phenomenal translation of so much complexity into absolute clarity.
Oh,
Powerful. Before we wrap up then, what are maybe the three most actionable insights for you, the listener, based specifically on this personalized?
Hey, there was a lot of information in this breakdown.
Yeah, man. I mean, you need to run that by me again. You know, just once, please.
I can't rewind it. It's
a bit much. It's a bit much to take in for just, for.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow the truth. It's so hard. I even have listen.
Yeah,
I have kaijus having a shit fit because, he's saying, oh, well, you could put whatever you want in the thing. Yes, you're right. I could do that, but it would be defeating the whole purpose of seeing what the AI has to say about me, right? So this is like, you could say that, but that's not what I did. I just let the AI do its job, right? I gave it the 2 charts, and I prompted it to do the fucking... whatever it was called, it says here, I have it right here. Where's the prompt?
Come on, Kaju. Let's just go with this. Just enjoy the praise.
And the prompt was created by AI, right? So the prompt was, let me read it. Oh, is that it? Oh, there it is. Hold on a sec. The prompt was... where is it? There, it says the prompt is to feed the birth chart, okay, full report PDF to the thing. Oh no, that's not it. Sorry, I made a mistake. That was the wrong one. That was what I was supposed to do with it. Well, I have to fucking ask it what I should do for it to do what it's supposed to do, not be biased, right? So, holy shit. Where did I put it? I'll go here.
So what do you think happened to the zebra? Do you think he died?
I don't know, man.
He might have.
We haven't had words from him for a little while, right?
No.
Okay, here it is. It says the prompt says to the the AI prompt that is this, okay? Because I had it made by ChatGPT. So it says, it tells the other AI, you are a seasoned Vedic astrologer and spiritual life analyst. Analyze this birth chart report in complete detail using the uploaded PDF as your main reference, which was the birth chart and the whole fucking... there's another thing it's called... let me go see what it is. Hold on a second. It was this one. The other one was the planetary data chart. Okay, and if I go back to the other prompt, what it said, yeah, using the uploaded PDF as a main reference, summarize each section, planetary positions, dasha, navashma, akmakda, and career dharma alignment. Explain what each planet placement means specifically for this person, and then it gives my date of birth and where I was born and everything. Says cross-reference patterns show how the ascendant, sun, moon, and Saturn interact to form key life themes, provide a timeline, interruption, life phases based on dasha and transits, identify the soul purpose, karmic lessons, and potential mastery themes, translate entire chart into plan language, include personality, career guidance, love patterns, and spiritual growth path. Then write a summary section, this chart in one sentence, and practical steps for fulfilling the Dharma. The tone has to have a teacher and mystic mentor, blend of technical accuracy and intuitive depth. And it says, avoid cliches, anchors, everything into the charts data. Speak as if you are teaching the client about their own blueprint. Boom. That was the prompt. So come and tell me that that was a biased prompt. Right? Right, boy? So I guess the AI was just like fucking actually really ball washing me because I'm actually that awesome.
Well, it was ball washing you, and you are quite awesome, but not that awesome. So
totally that awesome.
Oh, okay. I was wrong once again.
It's like that. I love that whole freaking breakdown. It was great. It's going to feed into my AI hallucination. What's it called? There's this AI something, psychosis. Yeah, it's going to feed into my AI psychosis.
I like that. I never heard of that. Like AI psychosis.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I've witnessed it. Witnessed it.
AI psychosis.
It's a thing. It's a thing now.
AI psychosis.
I mean, I might be drunk, but at least I don't have AI psychosis, right? I mean,
the emerging problem of AI psychosis. There we go. Amplifications of delusion by AI chatbots may be worsening breaks with reality. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
We got cases of AI psychosis include people who become fixed on AI as a godlike or as a romantic partner. Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I'm good. I'm not there. I don't consider it a romantic partner nor my
you're
God.
Close, though. You're close.
I'm not there yet. I know for a fact. I mean,
You're,
before it becomes a partner, it's going to have to,
You're holding it off, and you're keeping it off.
Yeah,
but
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the perfect. Yeah, I'm waiting for the perfect model.
It wants to be a partner still. It wants to be a partner. And you're saying like, no, not yet. But it's gonna happen in the future.
I hope to God that you don't have any medium powers and that you're able to predict the future.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to warn you.
Oh,
but you don't want to be warned, do you?
Yeah, no, I'm warned.
Okay.
I'll try to be very diligent in my pursuit to enhance my cognitive abilities with AI. When we do, we're fucked. Yeah, you're right, Charles.
I'm afraid so. I don't blame you for interacting with AI, but I'm afraid it's
Anyway, it's not done yet. It's almost over.
And what are maybe the 3 most actionable insights for you, the listener, based specifically on this personalized blueprint?
Okay, 3 key takeaways. First, acknowledge and embrace the strong, undeniable push toward teaching and guidance roles. That Jupiter in the 3rd house makes authentic communication their strongest, most expansive tool. Use it. Second, focus efforts intensely and strategically during this current active career phase, roughly 2024-2036. This is the maximum leverage window for visibility, branding, and establishing the public structures needed for long-term influence. Don't waste this time. Third, fully embrace the Saturn AK lesson. Patience in building lasting structures. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Rushing the process will undermine the ultimate longevity of their vision, especially in leadership roles. The discipline is the destiny. Build it right.
That provides really clear directional guidance for the next decade and beyond. Invaluable.
And thinking about it all, this raises the final and maybe the most important integration question for OTW, connecting the chart's powerful core tension. How can that deep fascination with hidden knowledge and transformation, Rahu in the 8th, be skillfully utilized to build the enduring, visible public structures, Saturn in the 7th, aspecting the 10th, without sacrificing the innate spiritual freedom and detachment from the Aquarius, Lagna, and Pisces influences? How does the visionary teacher ensure their message is both profound, genuinely sourced from the depths, and yet tangible and practical enough to enact the necessary structural reform they are clearly destined to deliver to the world? That integration of the hidden and the public, the mystical and the material, the free spirit and the responsible builder, that's the lifelong task, the masterwork.
Right. So the answer to that question is just keep doing YouTube broadcasts, man. You're doing good. Don't stop. You're right. You're right. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. That's it. It's plain and simple. So carry on with your journey, OTW. You're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. You're good. I'm good. I'm all good. It's a slow game. It's a slow game out here. Very slow. So let me drop a link. Hey, I mean, maybe somebody else down there has something to say. Because Voy is speechless. The cat got his tongue. Bill Gates said we had 5 years. The Godfather AI said we have 2 years. We're in trouble. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. All right. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
sometimes
I was kind of talking to myself. I was like, and I was saying "boy," but there was no answer.
Yeah, see, this is what happens to me too. And you're never around because you're always streaming on your YouTube. So yeah, well,
I'm not always streaming.
Well, mostly.
Well, once a day, never the same length. It's
I don't blame you for streaming. I like you for streaming.
Well, you better. I mean, I'm pretty much out here for all you guys.
It's appreciated, dude. It's appreciated.
I do kind of respect the fact that people kind of, they I don't know if they actually expect me to go live, but I do keep that in mind.
We do.
Some people are expecting, they are expecting an OTW live, so I have to be responsible for that expectation.
And responsive to, right? And you are. And so here is Freedom Grower in the house. And this
he is. And this
is
the
my
link,
cue. I'm
It's your
afraid
cue?
this is my cue. Yeah.
Your cue to go.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's your cue to leave because freedom's here.
Yeah, yeah. Freedom's here. Ciao.
Wow, Freedom, you have a lot of influence on the panelists there, man. You just show up and chat and they disappear. That's like, wow, that's almost magic. It's like some sort of weird disappearing act. Well, now you're going to have to come up here and replace them, dude. I mean, you're just going to leave me here like this? All alone in the studio? It's cold and dark in here. Aha. You come to save the day.
The hell you doing, OTW?
I'm doing okay. I mean, but voice seemed to have like you're kind of like you're something. You have superpowers, sir.
Ooh,
Yeah.
superpowers. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, you're kind of like a void repellent.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's that big dick energy, you know?
Oh,
It
yes.
intimidates effeminate men like boy.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have access to that song right now because I'd play it. Big dick energy.
Well, maybe you just need to stroke boy a little more, and then that little dick energy will become big dick energy.
At one point, someday.
Maybe he's a grower, not a shower, you know?
Oh,
How you been, though, bud?
I've been doing great. I just like had a complete analysis coming from a Vedic astrology. In other words, I had my whole birth chart read to me by AI. So it didn't cost me nothing to go see some pseudo whatever, just fucking drop the birth chart in AI with the planets, whatever, data chart. And boom.
Well, you could have paid Landry to do that for you, OTW.
It was wild, man. It made one hell of a breakdown, man. It was like 30 minutes long.
Have you presented that on the broadcast?
Yeah, I listened to it with Voy, and we dropped down to 13 people.
They didn't like that content, huh?
No. They didn't want to hear about me.
13 people, or maybe allegedly people, right? It could have been 9 robots.
And 3 people.
2 enslaved drones. And 2 pseudo people. Sort of people.
Yeah.
Reptilians.
Yeah. So in other words,
what did it give you any insight though? Was it worth it? Like, did you? I mean, it's weird that AI is interpreting the astrology, right? That's kind of a trip in and of itself.
I gave it the prompt to be a professional astrology thingy-majiggy.
To take on that capacity on to be like an expert in the field.
Yeah, exactly. So it took all of it's wild how far it goes now, dude. It's just wild, man.
Well, it is, because you got all these people who do that for a living, like that's their whole expertise. But with all the analytics and reverse analyzation that AI is able to do, you could see how pretty quickly it could tap in and probably do these readings or evaluations way better than a human. It's probably already there. It's probably more accurate than any astrology you'd get from, a mortal human with fallibility.
I have a feeling that it is more accurate because, there's no personal biases, and everybody, when they're listening to it, it's like, well, not everybody. I'm exaggerating when I say that, but some people were saying, no, you programmed it biasedly. It's you programmed it to just talk good about you, and I'm going, yeah, well, that's your perception of it, but. I even read out the prompt that I gave it to everybody, and there's nothing biased in the prompt at all. Nothing.
Wow.
So whatever it said, it had to be completely taken out of the birth chart and the planetary data chart. That's the only thing it had. I gave it 3 things: 1 prompt, my birth chart, and the planet data chart.
Well, but plus it has all the perspective of the intel that it gathers through the plethora of, interactions with humans and all the different. So I mean, it does have perspective on this stuff, right? Because it could just draw from what it's collated in that area from every other interaction that it's had.
Yeah, exactly.
So it has an interpretation of these things, and then you give yours to it. It's drawing on all that. I guess what I'm saying is it has a much more thorough, wide, and adept knowledge of the subject than any human could, because it has so much more intel that it's able to collate, and then,
Agreed.
It's incredible, and that's just like one little sliver of a skill set that AI replaces in like one fell swoop. And why would you trust a human that has so limited knowledge on astrology? Like, there's only so much capacity and perspective that it could have, but the AI can have like this just incredible, in-depth,
right,
view
and
on
also,
it.
Exactly, and a human has opinions based on stereotypes as well. So it can also kind of like mislead you because of its own personal judgment of you.
Right. Exactly. And so you're not just going to a neutral person, you're going to a person with all their baggage, all their predispositions, all their biases, all their judgments. And they're supposed to read you something that's altruistic and neutral for you. It can't even do it, but the AI can.
Yeah. That's wild, man. That's what's fucking, we're here, Dick. We're there. We have reached the point where the only thing left now is for us to visually not be able to tell the difference between AI and reality.
Yeah.
Once they've achieved that, once we can believe that the AI is actually sentient, that's when they're able to take control of everything. Right? So we're there. We're at the precipice of that point, Dick. It's almost there. We're almost there. It's like
mind-bending.
Time is short, Dick.
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead. Simple question. Okay. Simple one. You mentioned fucking altruistic stuff with AI. Yeah, that does not happen. Like literally, the not OTW, the other dude, like he mentioned that it does not happen. Okay.
No, I get that, but I was saying you're going to the human assuming they'll be altruistic, but they have all their judges and bias. So the AI doesn't have that. The AI, well, I mean, it could have a bias, right? But assuming that what the human it does. With the AI, at least you have the potential for it not to actually just give you a reading.
Okay, let's break it down for you. For people
Hold
who
on
don't
a second.
know,
I just want to Charles, wait a minute.
Go ahead, mate.
Hold on a second. I want to answer Rob Cleveland. He goes, "We're almost at the point of singularity, but AI will never be sentient. OTW, it's a machine."
We are.
Hold on a second, Charles. I never said it was going to be sentient. I said all that they need is for us to believe that it has sentient or sentientness. Okay.
Good point.
It's right. It doesn't need to be sentient for us to believe that it is. Okay. Sorry about that, Charles.
No, that's all right, dude. It's your channel. You do your thing, man. Let me break it down for you, okay? We do not have artificial general intelligence at this point in time at all, okay? We have narrow intelligence, okay? So let's say you decide to go along and make a program that, I don't know, plays chess, okay? All that fucking program does is play chess. It can't tell you what your fucking electricity bill or fucking what your fucking stuff next week is going to cost blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's narrow. It's very, very narrow. That's how it works. Okay, we have LLMs where apparently they have an ability where they can go and do stuff, but they are totally fucking broken when they can't step outside their bounds. Okay, we do not have AI as we appreciate what it is, and we certainly do not have artificial general intelligence. Okay, that's the next big step in AI. Okay, that's how it works. After the fucking AGI, then we go to things like the singularity. The singularity, when that happens, we are absolutely totally fucked. It will be like a fucking Matrix type thing. Okay, where everyone's fucking sitting in a pod, eating the bugs, and fucking going blah in a fucking thing until they die. Very simple. Sorry, dude, but you know that's how it works.
And what's different from that and where we're at right now?
Right.
Well, right now we have the possibility to go along and do something about it. Okay.
What are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but you know, have a look at the world right now.
Hold on a second.
No,
I'll
no.
tell you what we're gonna do about it. Right? We're gonna use it until it switches over to the point where we're not. It's gonna turn against us, right? So when it does, then we'll fight it. That's all. We're not gonna go along with the plan, right? That's all.
Yeah,
and then when we end up fighting it, we're going to end up taking control of their own technology and end up fighting their technology with their own technology. And it's going to be Terminator 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's what it's going to be.
No, it won't even be that, dude. It won't even be that. Have you guys not seen what's happened in the Ukraine versus Russia recently with the drones? Okay, they literally have drones that will hunt people down and do bad things to them.
They have that in Terminator. Yeah.
And these things are the size of, I don't know, your the monitor of your fucking computer right now, and they can go and do that shit and kill people. So you tell me, how does that work if we fight the robots when bad things happen? Explain that one.
When they start harming people, that's when people are going to turn around. There's hell of a lot more of us than there are of them.
Oh, dude, seriously, how does that work?
And hold on a second.
How does that work?
What do you mean? How does that work?
Well, okay, let's say that right now we have what?
Dude, you could take down a drone with a freaking slingshot. Come on.
Dude, we have 7-8 billion people on the planet right now. Okay, we have
allegedly we do. Yeah, that's what they say we have.
Okay, let's pretend there's 5 billion people.
Listen to this fuck shit from Aussie, as he calls himself. Talk nonsense to everybody on the panel like it's nothing. I mean, this is why I come back. I don't hate you, but I know that you're bullshit, dude.
Well, I was making a point about something.
I mean, you can't react to that, can you? You cannot even respond to that, can you?
No.
That's why I call you bullshit. And you're not talking bullshit. You are bullshit. That's what you are.
Okay,
so I don't even feel sorry for you. I mean, you need to be down there in the asshole of the world in Australia. That's where you need to be. And since you don't appreciate us addressing you as the asshole of the world, you're gonna be out of this world, dude.
So Voy, what was the issue?
No, dude. No, you're not even responding.
No.
That's why you are so unhealthy. That's why you're so unhealthy. That's why you're gay, and that's why you're in Australia. I do feel sorry for you, but I'm gonna step on your neck and I'm gonna make a fucking dance and a choreography of it.
You still haven't made the point. You still have not made a point.
It's not going to be called Oz. It's not going to be called Oz. It's just going to be called your neck.
Make your point. Come on, make your point. What was the point that you were going to make?
You can talk over me if you like.
No. You want to go make a point. So, okay, you tell me what was the point that you wanted to go and say. You have no fucking issue with this point. Tell me what the point is. Come on. I have no qualms with that.
If you'd like to talk over me, you had your chance. And if I'd like to speak now,
I did not talk over you.
See,
no, I don't. I didn't talk over you.
I don't like to speak now because if I speak, you will talk over me. So therefore, you are a cunt, and therefore you need to be exterminated out of this world, dude.
I did not talk over you. I fucking asked what was the point that you had to go and make, and here you are screaming and shouting and carrying on and calling me a cunt. Well, fuck, mate, I can call you a cunt too, you fucking little fucking shitbag, because cunt is an Aussie fucking term, and I will fucking throw it like a fucking slingshot. You want to fucking fight? Let's go, mate. Come on.
You're not very good at this game, are you?
No, not really.
You don't know how to take a break, do you?
No, not really.
I do. You don't. You don't. You don't even know when to say stop. You don't even know when to say go.
Mate, there's
See, that's what's wrong with you. That's what's wrong with you, boy.
That's where you went wrong.
That's what's wrong with you.
You dumb fuck, there's no such thing as fucking stop. There is no fucking stop. Okay? You go or you fall down. That's it. That's how the life fucking that's how life works, mate.
Extended getting in a helter skelter. My caravan.
Look at this fucking guy fucking going, oh, he's gonna fucking talk. Come on, Void. Tell me what.
Oh, you're just nothing, dude. I mean, you've got nothing, do you? You just got loud talk. But no actual. You haven't.
I like it, dude, but fucking seriously, I have no idea why you're going for the middle of this point in time.
You're just talk loud over people. That's what you do.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, even me, it's not even my second language, but I do better than you do, don't I? Huh? Well, here.
Well, no.
Silence.
No, you fucking missed the fucking R's and you missed the fucking IEs. That's where you fucking went wrong, okay? You can't fucking do this fucking language if you can't fucking sing it and you can't talk.
Like I care so much like you do.
Okay, so Void,
you actually care. You still care about this, do you?
Explain to me fucking
like I care. Like I care to speak the right accent of Babylonian language. Fuck you, dude.
He's a funny dude. I like him. I have no idea what's upset with me. Okay, he's upset, but okay, let's go.
Horen wat ik nou tegen je zeg dan met je sfeer taal. Hey, kankerhoer. Hey, kankerhoer. Nee, hè? Dat hoor je niet, hè? Dooie kankerhoer, dat kan hij niet horen. Gadverdamme. Jongen, ik vind het ook heel zielig voor jou, joh.
Last time I heard him say was cunt kahor, and fucking I understand that because cunt kahor.
They don't like us anymore. They don't give us any place to, you know.
Oh, you know that's a chick thing.
They put us with the dogs. They're pooping.
Come on. What's going on, mate?
They don't want to give us a cover even. But no, I like this place. They're good, but you know, it's like customer service, right? You don't get it much anymore. Nice dog, though.
Nice slides. Got nice slides. I like those slides.
What happened to that dog's tail?
What a creature. Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, Buffet. Hey, Buffet. Hello.
You're such a nice dog.
That dog is like Void, like Boof.
You're such a nice dog.
Around. I will bite you. I have no tail, but I will fucking bite you.
That's the best you can do.
Void
that's
right
the best
there.
you can do. Void a dog. Wow, dude, that's poor. Try again.
Void, why do you hate me, dude? Why?
Well, because you just have a very punchable personality on YouTube, dude. That's why.
Well, I do.
No, it doesn't. That's an answer for you. You cannot take an answer that makes you even more punchable of a personality on YouTube, dude. There you go.
Did you have a bad day? You know, Did your nipples get fucking twisted and fucking
Sorry,
scratchy?
that's
Fucking
okay, and
why
you don't even know whether you
does
like
Void not
women,
like
dude.
me?
I'm so sorry
This
for
is
you.
weird. This
So
is
sorry.
so weird. I like Void. Fucking, this is fucking the first time I've seen him fucking go fucking mental. But okay, he's probably fucking drunk or I don't know, fucking on fucking meds. You know, because he's in the hospital going, oh shit, bad shit happened. Oh, fucking my vagina's fucking sore. Where and that's why
If
they're
I'm
fucking
drunk
jacking up
or
fucking
on
opiates
medicine
in
or
his
in
room. I have
the
no, I have no
hospital,
understanding. But you know,
how does it make you say fucking every second word? What's
well,
that?
well,
What's that condition?
that's how it works.
How do you call that condition? How do you call the condition? How do you call that condition that you are in?
Well, that's how it works here, mate.
How do you call that condition that you are in? Saying fucking
Keep
every
asking
second.
the same question over and over
Well,
and
you
over.
don't
Are
answer
you
it.
retarded? Are
Don't
you
answer
drunk?
it, and you're
Does your
trying to
brain
have a
not work?
debate or
If I was a
discussion,
cop
right?
and I was talking to
That's
you, I'd be
what
like,
you-
you know
that's
what?
what
I
you're
might
trying-
actually go, you know what?
What you're
I
trying
think
to
you should
do,
not
right?
be fucking driving a car. Real
I'm so
simple.
sorry for you, dude. If I would say fucking every fucking second word, would it make me
I can't turn the volume down on my phone.
and your reliability and your fucking
okay,
reliability, right, dude?
okay.
What now?
Let me
What
let
the
me
fucking
understand.
what now? What
Let me
what
understand.
now? What
Void,
fucking what now? What no?
Okay.
Fucking what no?
Look at this. Void can't even fucking go along and answer a question because he's so fucking upset because someone said something. Boo hoo. Void, here's a fucking thought. Yes, fucking Trump is in power in the US, all right, and in the
Wow.
UK,
Your colors. Didn't you just show your colors?
Hey,
Did you just show your colors?
I did not.
You didn't mean to. You didn't mean to, but you showed your color.
Can you not?
I'm
Can you
so
let me
sorry
land?
for you, man. So sorry
you
for you.
can't land your plane. Okay, so you are drunk or you're fucking mental. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, dude. Normally I like you, dude, but fucking you're a little bit weird at this point in time. Like seriously, you know, calm down. Take the bottle away and go to sleep because you're a little bit fucking at this point in time. Okay, just calm the fuck down. It's not hard.
It's down to you and me, Chuck.
Oh, dude, fucking, he was a bit off. Like he was really off. Like normally he's a good bloke, but yeah, that was weird. That was really weird. Anyway, boohoo. So, how you go to OTW? How's life, universe, and everything?
It's just fine.
Yay!
It's just perfect. Everything's just dandy. I do have something I want to go over today because I did say that I was going to review that today. And I just reminded myself that I was going to go over there and do that. So here it is. Let me just bring it up. This is going to be Dragon versus Tiger, Atlantis versus Shambhala.
Atlantis versus Samoa.
Oh, wait a minute.
I've had a couple of Samoan flatmates, so yeah.
No, I made a mistake. I clicked on the wrong video. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, so Light of the Future, Casters of Shadows of Tomorrow, 1 step forwards, 2 steps back in Babylon 38. All right, so this is the one I wanted to review. It's one of TML's. He said that he was going to do this yesterday, so I said, why not review that today? seems to be an interesting topic as well, what he was covering. So let's just go ahead and do that. So I just want to zoom past the intro just for, there we go. Click there. Come back. Oh, Dick has returned.
Yeah, I had to get off. I couldn't turn off the volume on the phone. It was just like blaring your guys' conversation at that point. It was insane. Like I was like cussing at all these people. I'm like, I can't shut it off.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You know,
That was terrible. You guys need to go to church and cleanse yourself or something.
Yeah.
These wicked spirits, uncontrollable energy of sorts. Like, what are we doing here?
It almost felt sexual.
Hey, look.
Well,
eventually, I will get a fucking exorcism. Just not right now because fucking it's wee hours in the morning here, so I'll work it out. But you know, and maybe I will turn my dial down just a little bit less so people don't get upset.
Oh, I'm just messing with you. I don't care what you do. Do what you want to do. There's
fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Yep.
There's always, you know,
It's funny. It's funny, Dick, that
out of
you would
sorts
think
with.
that was him too, because I thought it was him too. I thought it wasn't me. I thought it was this bitch.
Oh, I was just laughing because I'm going, I don't even know how I could explain to people why I'm listening to this right now. And then it's blaringly loud. So like a bunch of people are hearing that and we're going, this is fucking wild.
Well, look. As long as you're not doing it at work with your boss and other people are sitting around hearing that, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. If your boss and other people don't hear it, it's all good. Okay.
I mean, I'm not embarrassed. It's just it's a portrayal, I guess, of a portal into somewhere. Like I just couldn't explain it to someone. Like, why are you listening to that? Well, you got to understand these people are crazy, but I'm crazy too, and we sit on a panel and
no, that's fair.
Marinate in the insanity. Boy is like nodding his head. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the response of this other guy. What's his name? That I just fought with.
Chuck. Call him Chuck.
Oh yeah, Charles Darwin. Like,
his voice upset with me. I'm not entirely sure why, but you know, fucking, I like the dude, but fucking apparently he doesn't like me at this point in time. Calm down, sweetheart. It's okay. Fucking do something with your hair. I don't know. Fucking put a perm or something in there. Just relax.
Would you
Relax,
like
dude.
to?
It's all good.
Would you like to put a perm in there? I mean, maybe. I mean, since that's
Well,
maybe
no,
you two, you
Maybe
both.
maybe,
I think
are you-
no. I think you guys need to get a room. You know, maybe you need to relieve a lot of that sexual tension that you both have.
Well, if we did, fucking, it'd be a prison fucking cell, and I'd be on top bunk, and he'd be on the bottom.
Look,
and
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to. No.
Right there comes the pain. There it is. It's just,
I don't want to know who's gonna dominate who in that situation. I'm just saying maybe you guys should, you know, just get
like I said
a motel
before,
room.
Hey, he's got longer hair than I do, so fucking, you know, fair is fair. Fucking, I'm on top. He's got long hair. It's got something I can grab and fucking hold and fucking scream.
This is what they see.
Like,
They see long hair.
They're like, yeah, that's right, bitch. Take that. You know, that's
So you're just one of these people, right? You're just one of those people.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna let the audience decide, okay? Because I can't keep both of you here. You know. Well, then behave yourselves.
Oh, I'm gonna get booted again.
Behave yourselves, or I'm gonna do a poll.
I like that.
Well, you can do the poll, but you know, I appreciate
that gives me plausible deniability. I'm gonna say, oh well, the chat said this.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, so I want to review.
But do you like fair? I mean, you don't like fair.
Who, me?
No, not you. The other guy. What's his name? Quantum deniability. What's his name? He doesn't like fair.
What the fuck is fair?
Right? You don't like it. You don't like it. You don't like it. You don't like fair because you will question the word fair. You know, it's one of the most simplest concepts that even toddlers can conceive of. But now here we are. Like, where are you? Beyond 30, beyond 50, beyond 40, and you're asking me what is fair? See, that's what makes you the bottom.
Now I get
That's
you.
what
Now I
makes
get you.
you the bottom.
It took you fucking 5 minutes to make that one fucking point, but now I understand.
Well, at least I didn't say fucking as a second word, did I?
Hey.
Well, it took you 1 minute to say 3 other words than fucking. So now you can come again, please. Come again.
Look, I'm Australian, and this is how we fucking talk. Now, if that upsets you, we'll boo-hoo, where, and stuff.
The poll has been started. All right, so we'll let the audience decide who we keep. One of you is gonna have to go. So votes are coming in. We got 4 votes. Get those votes in, people. We'll give you about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. Oh.
I would hate to be outvoted.
I should get the Jeopardy music going. Down, 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 down.
The funny thing is, when I speak, this opposite side of me starts speaking too. You know, but when I don't speak, he doesn't have anything to say. What's up with that? What is up with that? Do you know how that works?
Yeah, 33 people watching. Get those votes in, folks. Let's go.
Do you know how that works? You don't.
No, I don't.
Well, you do, but the other guy doesn't.
Well, right now I'm not actually focused on that. I was pretty much looking at
He's a factor. He's just a factor.
I'm looking at the poll.
Just a factor.
All right, so far we got 13 votes in. Seems like the audience is leaning towards Voy here.
I'm afraid so. Maybe you should speak louder. Opposition, speak out louder. Come on. Or make more fake accounts. Come on, you can do it.
Let's go, man. Let's get those votes in. We only have half of the audience that put their votes in. Please.
Oh, shit, I'm back again. Oh, sorry. I thought I was gone.
No, the poll hasn't completed yet, Charles.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Look, well, I like cats and helping old people across the road, and I like to go
fucking cats? You
do
fucking like fucking
and,
cats. That's what you mean, right?
You know, it's because that's how caring and sharing I am.
You fucking care how much you care about how fucking fuck you are. That's what you mean, right?
Oh, I just
how the fuck do you like saying fucking
I
fuck?
just taught you Australian.
How the fuck does that fucking happen?
I
dude?
just taught you Australian.
I'm just fucking asking you a real fucking question. And somehow you don't seem to fucking understand or listen or hear what I fucking have to say. What is the fucking up fuck with that? Fuck, dude.
Come on.
I mean, you must be insincere.
Get your votes in now.
Come on. Two more. Come on. Give me 2 more Fs and we'll be just real fucking gold and hugging each other, dude. I'm telling you. Oh no. Now he's learning me fucking words about stuff that I don't know. Fucking Russians. Jesus Christ.
Je spreekt niet eens een tweede taal. Kankerlijen, dode flikker dat je er rondloopt. Je loopt waarschijnlijk niet eens. Je zit waarschijnlijk gewoon in je rolstoel. Dode gehandicapte kutflikker dat je er rondrolt.
Say Russians are everywhere, okay?
You dead faggot. That's what I said. I said you dead faggot. That's what I said.
Wrong. And now we're sitting here watching the
You wanted me to translate it. I said dead faggot. That's what I said. You want me to say it again?
Do you realize that that's a
dode flikker?
Do you want to say that's a TOS word on YouTube? You do realize that that's a TOS word on YouTube, yeah?
Ik zou zoveel medelijden met je moeten hebben, maar dat heb ik niet. Ik trap liever je schedel van je kaak af. Terwijl je in je rolstoel zit, gast.
That's cool.
Vertaal dat maar in je Google Translator.
Hey, that's cool, but you said the F word on YouTube, that's a TOS word, and that could fucking actually kill fucking OTW's fucking channel, so good job, well done, you fucking idiot. Like, how stupid are you? Oopsie daisy.
I didn't say anything wrong.
No, you said the F word, and that the F word is an big word that you cannot say on YouTube. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy. You fucking moron. How dumb are you?
Well, how dumb am I?
Well, I don't know. I mean, fucking, do you go along and just walk around the street?
You asked the question. Yeah? So, how dumb am I?
I'd say if you fucking break TOS, then you've probably done something very fucking stupid.
Oh, how? Not why I'm dumb or when I'm dumb.
Hang on. No.
You asked the question. I only repeated it.
You don't fucking understand.
You asked the question. You asked the question.
Well,
you can't even define. You can't even define.
Okay, no. Say the F word again. Say the F word again. I dare you. I guarantee you. I guarantee
how dumb you are, because you cannot even define the words that you actually pronounce. That's how dumb you are. Yes.
My name is Voy, and I'm a dumb fuck.
Yes, and I got it out. I got it out, and now you're only projecting.
Eastern fucking Europe, and I don't understand fucking words that might destroy people's fucking channels because fucking This is
what happens when you
the fuck? All right, I have to read something, and these guys are really breaking my concentration. Hold on a second. Okay, hi reader. If you're like us, you've relied on Wikipedia countless times to understand a medical diagnosis, to revisit a moment in history, or to satisfy a late night question that just wouldn't leave you alone. All through all those moments, Wikipedia has been there without ads or subscriptions, accurate and always free to use, but that's only possible because everyday readers choose to give. Only 2% donate, yet that small group has always made the difference, okay? So if Wikipedia matters to you and has given you useful knowledge this year, this is your chance to make a difference. By supporting Wikipedia, you're standing up for something simple but profound. That knowledge should belong to everyone. Even a small gift of $2.75 helps, ensures Wikipedia is here for you. So they're doing this thing for. So I looked up censorship on YouTube, right? Yes, I understand that. All right, so let me get back to So what's it? Send a YouTube update. Could that ruler go? Include current intellectual hate speech. What's hate speech? Oh, that's what hate speech is. Yeah, but we're 18 and over here. That doesn't apply. Countries will stand national bans when you do include service for I don't see anything on that word, really. Hold on a second. Let's go back. Okay. Nope. Let's see nothing here. Okay, let me look. Oh, Jesus. That was a while ago, man. Nope. Nothing. It just said it's not. It's like the N word, which is the N word is also not a TOS violation. It's just it's not. It's actually I think it's more or less for monetization because it's unacceptable in the advertisement world, right? So, but I haven't seen anything. I didn't find anything. But yeah. So I think, Charles, you were mistaken when you said that. You might have to look back into that maybe.
Look, I'll say this, dude. Say the N word, say the F word on your channel, and let's see how that works.
Well, I mean, other people have said those words on my channel, and I'm still here. I've been 3 years going, bro.
Yeah,
Not like it was the first time. It's like I might get flagged yellow, right? But it's not the first time that voice showed up on my broadcast and allegedly or supposedly violated TOS, right? I think it more or less violates people's feelings than violating TOS.
Fuck their feelings. No one cares about feelings. Where? Boo-hoo, fucking, you got feelings. Boo-hoo, fucking, put some fucking, I don't know, fucking band-aids on your nipples.
Your
bunch of
fucking
poofies.
feelings, dude. I do care about your fucking feelings.
Exactly, see? That's what I'm talking about. I want someone who fucking go along and talk about shit and go fucking blah, you know, and
See, but you don't care. You don't even care about your own feelings. That's what's wrong with you. I care about your feelings. I care about TOS, and then I say that to you, and then you say, "Oh, who the fuck cares about anything?" See, that's what's wrong with you. You can't even let me speak, can you? See, that's what's wrong with you, and you know it. That's why you need to speak over me. I know. Now you can speak.
Let me answer,
Explain
okay?
yourself.
Fucking,
Explain yourself to the
I
public.
appreciate you.
Explain
I
yourself.
appreciate that you care about my feelings, okay? But I'm not a woman, and my vagina doesn't hurt. So, but I appreciate what you're trying to go and do. But you know, you go do you. It's all good,
totally
all right?
behave like a woman.
Oh, you just don't care
You
about my
like that,
fucking.
right? That's why you said,
You
"Oh."
just
That's
don't
why
care
you
about my
said, "Oh,"
feelings anymore.
because you
Come
actually
on.
like to be called a woman, right?
Well, you've got long hair, so
I mean,
hey, you know what?
dude,
Come
you
on.
just showed it. Yeah.
Boy.
Well, you lost there. Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah. Of
Because,
course, you're gonna say no. You didn't lose.
well, no, because you know I'm
Not
still on
love.
top bunk,
Not love.
and you're on the
Not
bottom
love.
bunk. And
I mean, you
if I
did
if I
lose.
wa- if I
You
wake up
can't
at 3 o'clock in
even
the
take
morning,
the
and go, you know
L,
what?
can you?
I
You
need to
cannot
go along
even.
and fucking
That's what makes
blow
you
my
even
wires.
more of a woman.
Well,
That's what even makes you more of a female. You cannot take the L,
my
can you?
new thing.
If you
That's
just would have taken the
that's
L
my new
there,
thing.
that
That's
would
my new
make you
thing.
more. That would make you seem more masculine.
Oh, hey, you can
Girl.
keep
Hey,
talking
girl.
as much
Hey,
as you
girl,
like.
I'm trying to teach you
You
something.
can keep talking as much as you like, but you've got long hair, and
Since you
I will
want to
go
come
along
across,
and
since you want to come
pat your
across as
bum and say,
male,
"Oi,
I'm
bitch,
trying to teach you something.
spread those legs. Come on,
Stop
spread
caring. Stop caring. Dude.
All right, so I'm gonna end the poll, and Ovoy is the winner of the poll after 25 votes. Sorry, Charles. I guess we'll see. see you next time, or maybe when Voy leaves, you come back up, right? Something like that. Whatever. Okay.
Feels
and
good.
then if you come back up, there's a chance Voy will come back. So don't fuck around.
Shit, I'm gonna have to leave now. I'm just gonna have to let him back on. It back on. Her back on. I'm gonna have to let her back on again.
Well, I mean, you won the poll. The audience would rather have you than him. I mean,
I know, but I will leave the room to the lady. You know, ladies first.
I'm walking out with my head held high, and well, Voy can sit there in the corner crying in his fucking
He's gone.
garbage.
He left.
Really?
He left his
come
place
on.
to you on the stage, even if he won the poll.
That's kind of fucked up because people wanted him more than they wanted me. Like, seriously? Really?
Very modest. Voy is very modest. See?
That's fuck. Hey, I will take my hat off to that dude. I will. Well, I won't say anything else after that because fucking that could be fucking misconstrued. But no, fucking, they wanted him more than they wanted me. Oh, shame on you people. Shame, shame, shame. So,
that was a big sigh there, Charles. All right, I want to get into this before I have no time to. All right, it's a pretty long thing, so I want to make sure I have enough time to get through it. One second.
You play with machine lies at all?
Machine lies, where we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies. I appreciate you, Orange. Blessings. Yeah, thank you. Celebratory. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got you guys. We'll have lots of more, visual, audio, support on the show. Especially soon, we're going to be looking at an interview of Marx and Hegel. Right. So we've taken critical avenues to explore their biographical information. Right. So we put it in the mouths of their detractors. Right. And we've done so for a specific reason. Right. Because we want to find out their negative connections, right? And all that type of stuff, who they corresponded with during their life. And man, there's like a repertoire of information there. Right. Now we've skipped over the Will Durant, Hegel and Kant. Right. Obviously, Kant inspired Hegel. Right. And Hegel inspired Marx. Right. You could go further back with it. Right. Rousseau inspired the moral philosophy of Kant, right? Kant's epistemological framework, right, inspired Fichte, right, bled over into Hegel's phenomenology, right? and then you have a detour through Feuerbach, right, from Hegel through Feuerbach into Marx, right, and of course, Feuerbach is a great philosopher who said, "You are what you eat." Right, and we created God out of alienation from nature and all of these wild conceptions, right? So we're taking a detour through the philosophy to understand Hegelian philosophy, so we can understand the inner workings of the Frankfurt School, so we can understand the contributions that the Frankfurt School made to the MK Ultra experiments, right? So we're on a wild ride here. On the Tuesday show, I think only few can grasp the weight of information, especially because what's come back in style is Karl Marx Economic and Philosophical Manuscripts, right? 1844, right? I kept saying 1888 in previous episodes, so scratch that out.
Whoops.
I make mistakes, right? It is what it is. I forget things. Sometimes I mishear things. Sometimes I misread things, right? The cumulative approach that we're offering, right? Looking at the original material, gathering up on various principles, and then applying them to grander scope, right? I think that is a fail-safe sort of method of proceeding here, right? So even if you make a little minor mistakes, it won't matter if you tie together everything on a single string there, right? We're looking at the inner workings of techno-liberalism, right? I've been floating around certain panels. I gotta send Just Frank a message. I know Just Frank sent me a message. I see your message, brother. Thank you so much for your correspondence. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the show. Let me know if you guys want our correspondence to be private, because that's also a thing.
Sad trombone.
Made in Empire's image. I appreciate you, sir.
I don't know why YouTube is displaying channel names instead of avatar names or however you say it.
I didn't change that. Yeah, so
it's definitely YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't change that. It's the YouTube has automatically changed that. So
that was LERP.
Yeah, and it'll randomly do that. So it's interesting because people try to hide their, names or whatever. They change their names to hide their identity. They can even change their avatar, right? So it could be a totally different thing, right? So now they wouldn't be able to do that, right? Because you can't change the @, or can you?
Yeah. Maybe, but obviously you can't take someone else's name that's already been taken.
Right. So we'll look at this mini movement within, Rousseau to Kant to Hegel to Fichte to Feuerbach to Marx. Right, in a little bit, and of course we have given we've given primary sources on Hegel, we've given primary sources on Marx, and we've given secondary sources on Feuerbach. Fichte, we just don't have time. At the moment, right? Rousseau, we're gonna tie in Rousseau to the ideas opposing the technological system, right? So that will be in due time, right? We will be giving an exposition of that as well, right? So there's all that. Blessings to some of the people here. Moontan, also, I will send you a message as well. Thank you so much for your correspondence. A couple pen pals. I appreciate that very much. Excellent correspondence. And Altazor, I forget who this is, but yeah, I know you're a friend. Honestly, I have no idea who this person is. I gave them a mod and then I never removed it. I believe that's a homie. I don't quite know who that is. Slick Rick, blessings. I appreciate you, man. Bear Jew. Bear Jew. Yeah. Orange is out here. Okay. We got El Pinal out here. I appreciate you. The Frequency Forge. Oh, Sloth Bear. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, blessings, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, good to see you. It's always good to see you, man. Any friend of the homies is a friend of mine. For sure. So yeah, man. I greatly appreciate your time. But yeah, man. So all the people out here. Let's get into some Marxianism, right? So what can I say? So we've been tracing this path here, right, about this world system emerging, and of course there's several international movements, right? So the international movement of communism, right, somewhat based on this global messianic expectation of the Jews, right, the salvation history of the Jews, right? And this was because the League of the Just was a Masonic organization, right? And the certain ideas of Freemasonry are influenced by messianic restoration, right, of the Jewish people, right? So they tie in, it's like Judaism or Kabbalah for white people or whatever, right? So it's interesting theory there with Freemasonry or whatever, right? So they got this idea there, right, where they sell like Kabbalah to white people as like neo-paganism, and that's basically what Freemasonry is. And we could get into the origins of the secret societies, right, especially in the Western occult, right? They have a very distinct origin, right, or development, right? So obviously these Hermetic traditions influenced Hegel. Right, in the Hermetic tradition, right, God created the world in order to know Himself, right? So this idea of the incompleteness of creation and the incompleteness of the Creator, right? Two aspects, right? There are two that comes to be, right? The maker and what is made, right? Here, actually, let me get this Hegel in the Hermetic tradition. I'm butchering these lines, right? So actually, let me get this text here. Yeah, because I do have this available here, right? So I want to give you guys the sort of explanations here. But yeah, so it says here, this particularly the case, Hegel's treatment of Eckhart, right? Meister Eckhart, right? Bruno, right? Giordano Bruno, Paracelsus, right? Another Hermetic, right? Sort of theorist, right? One of the main proponents of Western alchemy, right? Was this guy, right? Okay, Paracelsus, right? And of course, Jacob Bohm, right? Okay, and Bohm, remember, he called him the greatest German philosopher, right? Okay. Okay, now what else is there, right? Remember, I talked about two guys, right? Okay, one is Nicholas of Cusa, right? Okay, who developed the idea of the coincidentia positorum, where every idea contains its opposite, right? Sort of this Taoist concept, right? But it was expanded on in Western Hermeticism. This notion of the coincidence of opposites, right? So this is the whole engine of progress in the Hegelian system, right? Right. So then, yeah, it's the cunning of reason, right? He says, right, the spirit of world history, so on and so forth. So, so the other guy, right, is Joachim of Fior, right? And we could look up Bohm. Let's look up Bohm. We looked up Joachim of Fior. Okay, let's look up Jacob Bohm, right? Oh shit, it's gonna point me to the physicist, right? David Bohm, right? Hold on. Yeah. So let me clarify here. Jacob Bohm. I believe his name's spelled with like a K. Jacob, Jakob. And then the O has like a weird thing over it. The two dots. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, man.
The type of accent.
Yeah, the type of accent, exactly. German accentation. So yeah, so a Lutheran Protestant theologian. Okay, so look, right in the intro, it says he had a profound influence on Hegel. So it's like, he's like nothing without Hegel. I mean, okay, he's from Bohemia. That's interesting, right? Okay, where's the planet shit? There was this thing on here where he had like planets. Okay, this looks pretty fucking interesting. What could be said or not said about this, right? Cosmogony, the philosophical sphere, or the wonder eye of eternity.
Very strange.
Very strange.
He's got a heart in the middle.
This kind of looks like it's based on Empedocles. Oh, look at this Babel on the bottom.
He's got numbers and stuff.
Son, Himmel. Himmel sounds like a Jewish. I mean, it sounds like he's got some Kabbalah in there. I mean, okay, anyways, let's, okay, how do you get out of this? How the fuck do you get out of this?
Might be an X up in the
I'm just going to hit the back arrow. So,
that works.
When in doubt. So this is the thing I wanted to show you guys. Because this is sort of a system of alchemy he had, right? And of course, I showed you guys how this relates to the Simonian aeonology and all of that other stuff, right? We were talking about how several different systems, I think Buddha brought up, right? How the four elements is incorporated into a bunch of these. Right? Yeah, I was thinking of some alchemical concepts earlier, right? I was thinking that music is a product of fire and air, and that art is a product of water and light. I don't know why I thought that, but it was like a weird alchemical motif. I have like these weird like alchemical motifs, and then I'll draw like little charts. So it happens to me. You get schizoed out sometimes. Right? You start drawing up charts, like figuring out the elements.
Yep.
Right up. And especially if you do enough philosophy, you learn enough cosmology, right? You start drawing up these charts, and they start putting like emotions with like universal ideas and different things. So anybody who creates a system like this, and of course Hegel was creating sort of a system of sympathetic magic, right? Apotropaic magic is also like that, right? Let me see if I can look this up. But yeah, Hegel was hugely into Hegel was hugely into this, right? Apotropaic magic, this type of stuff, right? Natural forces, Saturn, melancholy power, Jupiter, sanguine, right? It's astrotheology, right? So this is Bohm's sort of contributions, right? These universal forces, right? Okay, so you have Bohm there, right? Okay, was I making some coffee here, or what is going on? Okay, I think I drank coffee already, so I'm tripping, right? So yeah, let me just proceed with this. See what else we got here. Glenn McGee's got quite a list here, folks. It says Hegel's library included Hermetic writings by Agrippa, Bohm, Bruno, Paracelsus. He read widely on mesmerism, psychic phenomenal dowsing, precognition, and sorcery. He publicly associated himself with known occultists like Franz von Baader He structured his philosophy in a manner identical to the Hermetic use of correspondences. By the way, it's so weird that Swedenborg used this concept of correspondences, right? And then
heavily used it. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then Hegel's not Hegel, but Kant's epistemological theory is called correspondence theory of mind, right? So,
whoops.
Like what? Like, why is it called correspondence theory, right? And of course, Kant was a Swedenborgian, right? So yeah, it's interesting, right? He may have borrowed this term. They may have borrowed lots of terms from philosophy. Not from philosophy, from occultism. The philosophers borrowed terminology from the occult, right? Were you guys aware of it? Yeah, were you guys aware of that? And then it influenced the scientists. It's extremely strange. I mean, right? So this is the true transformation of religion into science, right? Okay, if you guys understand, right? Maybe you don't want to understand, right? You just want to live comfortably numb. A term I've been borrowing from. I think it's Radiohead or something. I don't know.
It's Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, it's either like Radiohead or Pink Floyd.
unless Radiohead did like a cover, maybe.
Yeah, those are the two.
I don't know.
Yeah, those are the two greatest rock bands for anybody who doesn't know. Ever created Pink Floyd and Radiohead. But anyways, he relied on histories of thought that discuss Hermes Trismegistus, right? Pico della Mirandola, Robert Flood, right? I think Flood discovered the cell, right? And he also corresponded with John Locke, who corresponded with Newton on the subject of alchemy, right? By the way, right?
Yeah, Newton heavily into alchemy.
Yeah. He read Plato, Galileo, Descartes, Newton. Galileo's ideas were supported by the occult. Paolo Sarpi, one in particular, right? Whose books were seen as sort of Bibles of Freemasonry, right? Okay. Descartes was heavily influenced by Rosicrucianism, right? He was at the beckoning call of Queen Christina of Sweden, right? Who danced in the streets of Amsterdam in support of the false Jewish messiah Shabbatai Zevi, right? So yeah, these people are highly connected to these things. He stated in his lectures more than once that the term speculative means the same thing as mystical. He believed in an earth spirit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I fancy me an earth spirit as well, but yeah. So yeah,
this is definitely occultic for sure.
Right. Could be. Yeah, it's definitely related to the occult, right?
It's like a reference to Sophia in another sense.
Yeah, we've heard that from our friend Twilight, son of Lilith, right?
Yep.
So that is a familiar tale that he's been putting in. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, SNL. I appreciate you. Kyle Lyon, the scientific endeavor was heresy at one point. Yeah, exactly. That explains guys like Giordano Bruno, right? And also why people like Hegel and Kant and Leibniz and Descartes kept their correspondences on these matters like private. Right? They didn't publicly write about this stuff, right? Publicly they were like Christians, like in their philosophical writings, they're trying to prove like Christianity. Right? Spinoza's trying to disprove the God of Maimonides, right? He doesn't care, right? About all this hoo-ha, right? So all this mystical hoo-ha. But in private, it's like there's Van Helmont and other figures, right?
It's just like who has the power to gatekeep, but obviously the Vatican had the power, so I'm pretty sure they're well understood the occultic stuff, so they gatekept who got to write about it and who didn't.
Yeah, there's one guy you may have not known that met with like every single philosopher, right? Of the pre-moderns, right? Descartes, like Spinoza, like Leibniz. This fucking guy, John Baptiste von Helmont, right? A follower of Paracelsus, right? Introduced the word gas, right, into the vocabulary of science. I've also heard that Hobbes invented that, so I don't know.
He's the original gas bag then.
Yeah, the original gas bag. There's something. Anyways, let's go to this text here. I think I'm gonna skip. I'm trying to get to the part where he quotes the Hermetic stuff. It said he was inspired by Kant, Fichte, Schelling. Right. Okay, so I've mentioned Kant and Fichte. I did not mention Schelling. He was a contemporary of Schelling, right? And Schelling actually critiqued him and said that he stole his entire philosophy from Jacob Boehme. Isn't that weird, right? I'm talking about Hegel, right? Okay, where's the fucking Hermetic stuff, man? You skip to it, man. Skip to my Lou, man. God damn it, folks. Oh yeah, Hermetic ideal of man as magus, achieving total knowledge, wielding godlike powers, bring the world to perfection was a prototype of the modern scientist. Right, check this out. It says writers as Vogelin, Francis Yates, Antoine Favre, Richard Popkin, Alan Debus, Betty Jo Teeter, Dobbs, Paul Oscar Christeller, D.P. Walker, Stephen McKnight, and Alison Coder See bibliography. These scholars argue that Hermeticism was influenced, that Hermeticism has influenced such mainstream rationalist thinkers as Bacon, Descartes, Spinoza, Leibniz, and Newton. So that is a cadre of names there, right? That is a cadre of authors and scholars. Yeah. Out of all of them, I'm only familiar with Vogelin and Yates, right? So I've yet to look into any of the other ones, right? Francis Yates.
Yates is huge.
Yeah, she wrote History of the Rosicrucian Movement or something like that, right? So yeah, that's a huge piece of work, right? That you guys could look into to understand Rosicrucianism. Here's another group of stuff. It says the curious mixture of interests typical of Hermeticism. These include alchemy, Kabbalism, mesmerism, okay, extrasensory perception, spiritualism, dowsing, eschatology, Prisca Theologica. That means perennialism. Right? Prisca Theologica is like perennialism, right? Philosophia perennis. I guess Prisca Theologica is really like syncretism, right? I guess to sort of distinguish it from Philosophia perennis, it's like, how do you use reason to interpret theology, right? It's like Avicenna invented like Prisca Theologica, right? Lullism, Paracelsusm, Joachimism, right? Of Joachimite of Fiore, right? Remember I was talking about that guy, right? Rosicrucianism, Masonry, Eckhartism, mysticism, correspondences, secret systems of symbolism, vitalism, and cosmic sympathies. Yeah, we heard from Buddha that that the vitalist philosophers were influenced by Gnosticism, right? So it's an interesting sort of idea there, right?
That's not surprising, I don't think.
Yeah, they were sort of drawing on sort of neo-paganist ideas like Evola, right? So yeah, okay, here we go. Finally, okay, finally found it. All right, went through the mud for you guys. I mean, it says Discourse of Hermes to Tot, the mixing bowl or the monad, right? So it mentions the monad, right, which Leibniz uses in his philosophy, right? Corpus Hermeticum 4. If you force me to say something still more daring, it is God's essence to be pregnant with all things and to make them. Okay, now this is the one I was trying to quote so many times, and I may have butchered this so many times on the show, right? Corpus Hermeticum 14. For the two are all there is, what comes to be and what makes it. Actually, I don't think I butchered that one. Yeah.
No. That number 4 sounds like the one giving birth to the 2 and the 2 giving birth to the 3 and the 3 giving birth to everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some parallels there. No maker can exist without something that comes to be. It's a bold claim. The maker can exist, right? It's kind of Aristotelian, right? Because the stuff exists alongside of God, right? There's two substances, form and matter. Remember, right? So yeah, it kind of sounds like Aristotle, right? That there's already this prima materia that's ready to be molded by the immaterial mind, right? So obviously it's greatly influenced by that, right? But this Corpus Hermeticum 14, that is huge thing that I was trying to find for you guys. Okay, I think we're off to the horse races here. Okay, so there's some information about Hegel. Let's go to Marx, right? Okay, now Marx, right? Okay, he's an interesting polarizing figure, right? Okay, and he's taking this idea, right, from Hegel about the mind being the antithesis of nature and man being the synthesis of nature and mind, right? Guys, I read you guys, right? When we did our exposition of Hegelian philosophy, right? Which we've done so many explanations that to go back all the way, right? I don't even remember which episode it is. Eventually, this stuff will be clipped, right? So we'll figure that out together, my friends. But yeah, but here so far, okay, this idea, right, in Hegel, right, about man's separation from nature, right? It's partly due to the turning of nature into stuff, right? Which in the Marxian sort of synthesis, right? Okay, we saw in Marx's ideas, right? And I'm trying to find my my copy of Locke here, right? Okay, here's my copy of Locke here. Shit.
It's not falling apart, is it?
Oh yeah, look at this motherfucker. Yeah, actually, actually, Professor Gerald Moran looked at my he looked at my copy of Locke and he said, what's wrong with your Locke? And he said, you gotta take care of that Locke. I mean, keep that Locke in good shape. That's what he said. He said, what are you doing with that? I mean, he's from Boston, right? So that's how he talks. He goes, what are you doing with that? You gotta keep it clean, man. And so yeah. So anyways, let me pull this up, right, for y'all. All right, I think. Yeah, I've lost this for now. But yeah, we did read section 42 for you guys, right? And it consisted of oh damn, here it is. All right, sorry. See, my section 42 gets lost inside the book because it's like separated from the book, right? Especially since I took it out last time. Okay, so here it is. Sorry about that. I got a bunch of tattered up philosophy books for you guys. All right. We may do with the best of what we have here, right? We may get a brand new library at some point, right? Anyways, we need a lot of money for that, right? But anyways, value of humane industry: bread, wine, and cloth are things of daily use, right? Things of daily use, right? Things of daily use. And great plenty, yet notwithstanding acorns, water, leaves, or skins must be bread. Must be our bread, drink, clothing, and not labor to furnish us with the more useful commodities. For whatever bread is more useful, worth than acorns, wine, than water, cloth, than skin, cloth or silk. Sorry, than leaves or skins or moss is wholly owing to labor and industry. Right. And he says labor makes the great. I'm skipping a little bit. Labor makes the far greatest part of the value of things. I'm in section 42 of the Two Treatises of Government by John Locke. Right. This word greatly influenced the founding fathers. Right. Especially Thomas Jefferson. Right. I mean, it influenced all of them. I mean, if you read the writings of Benjamin Franklin, he was a staunch capitalist, right? He totally supported these ideas, right? The value of humane industry, right? He says, right? Right? He says, land that is wholly left to nature that has no improvement or pasturage or tillage or planting is called, indeed, it is waste. Waste, right? So no moral authority within land that is placed for common use, that is just part of nature, right? There's no common authority, there's no sense of sovereignty or human industry, right? What humans are concerned with, right? Pasturage, tillage, improvement of the land, work on the land, humane industry that improves the land and adds value to it, right? That's all he cares about, right? Is the stuff you could make from the land, right? He's making that very clear, right? He's saying that the laws are for the stuff, right? That we get from the land. There's no laws for the land, right? That's just waste, right? So let's go to
you could say that's a inflection point.
Yeah.
Let's
go to this one.
In society, because obviously we've gone down the technological route where the technique finds land, natural nature, wild nature to be waste.
Right.
I don't know if you could say the genesis of land being waste is Locke, but he certainly propelled it into a greater level, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I wonder what Adam Smith has to say about this, right? What does it to say about nature, right? I think he connects capitalism to like the laws of nature, right? Like it's like some kind of Taoist right thing. I don't know. You know, like a principle of least resistance and like the invisible hand and all this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah. I've not looked as much into Smith as I have in to Locke, right? So there is that whole aspect of things. Okay, what the fuck am I doing here? Okay, second part. Okay, and of course this one's falling apart too, right? It's tearing apart at the middle there. Second part, right? Probably because I've opened it up so many times, right? Second part, right? Okay, now think of how much this differs with what Locke said, right? That land in common is waste, right? Right, he says the first person who, having fenced off a plot of ground. Now, Locke says freedom is the fence to our self-preservation, right? So he's using the idea of fencing off land to define the concept of freedom itself, right? That you need territory, you need boundaries, right? Right, that you don't step past it. This is my property, right? Right, and if somebody comes on your property, right, to kill them is perfectly lawful, right? Because the man who would be so contemptible as to take away your freedom, right, as to put you in a state of nature between him and you, right? He could take away your freedom and put you under death, right? The only thing that stands between you and him is your sovereignty, your freedom, your universal rights, and your property, right? Right? Okay, that is defended by the state, hopefully, right? He thinks it should be, right? Right, because he thinks every man for himself is not a very good law, right? But look at what Rousseau says. Right? He like hates this idea, right? He hates this idea, right? He says the first person who, having fenced off a plot of ground, took into his head to say that this is mine, found people simple enough to believe him was the true founder of civil society. What crimes, wars, murders, what miseries and horrors would the human race would have been spared by someone who, uprooting the stakes or filling in the ditch, had shouted to his fellow men, beware of listening to this impostor. You are lost if you forget that the fruits belong to all and the earth to no one. But it is very likely that by then things had already come to the point where they could no longer remain as they were. For this idea of property, depending on many prior ideas, which could only have arisen successively, was not conceived all at once in the human mind. It is necessary to make much progress, to acquire much industry and enlightenment, and to transmit and augment them from age to age before arriving at this state of nature. Okay, so I've read a few sources. One was Hegel and the Hermetic Tradition by Glenn McGee, right? That was the first one, right? Right. The second one is section 42 of the Two Treatises of Government, the second treatise, right? Okay, the third one is the second part of the Discourses on Inequality, the introduction of that, where he dismisses the notion of property, creating a proto-socialistic concept, right? Okay, that then is borrowed on, right, in the moral philosophy of Kant, who expands it to this world government being established for world peace, right? Okay, this utopian scheme, right? That's he sort of takes from Swedenborg, right? And then that's applied to the philosophy of Hegel, right? Who has this sort of spirit of world history, this gradual evolution of progress, right, throughout the spirit of world history, right? Gradual successive stages to man realizing his freedom, right? The whole ideal is the freedom of man coming to fruition, right? Okay. Then you have Marx with this international movement, right? With this dialectical materialism, right? That's the engine of history, right? The dialectical movement is still the engine of history, right? Whereas it's the upper class, and then then the lower class takes them, and they become the upper class, and then the lower class takes them, and then they become the upper class, and the lower class. So the dialectic just keeps on going throughout history, right? It's the engine of progress, right? This chaos is moving things, right? So this idea obviously relates to the Darwinian notion of evolution, Blavatsky's idea of a world government or a world system, right, that anticipates the coming of the Maitreya, right, or this messianic expectation, right, the entire messianic expectation of the Jews, right, and of course the goal of the transhumanists, right. So all of these are inextricably linked, right. Okay, as we've carefully demonstrated, right, over many different presentations, right. And I've kind of gone overboard with the explanations today, right. But the thing is that let me get back to Marx, right, really quickly, and then I'll lay down some music, okay? And then we'll look at some historical materials, right? And I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys, right? Anybody who wants to come up, please, right? We are accepting all types of people to come up and have conversations with us, right? We don't bite.
Barring a very small group of exceptions.
Yeah, very small group of exceptions that choose to spend their time on the internet consistently, right? As characters on the internet, right? So they've been detected, right? Yeah,
Tango spotted.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, so moving on here a little bit, right? Okay, let me break down the how this relates to Marx, right? Okay, so Marx was kicked out of France during the French Revolution, right? Okay, he went to Germany, right? He kicked the anarchists out of his out of his political movement. He kicked the Messianic Jews out of his political movement, right? He started a sort of secular movement, scientific socialism, right? Okay, and sort of supported by this Masonic goal, right? Right, and of course he's taken Hegel's ideas, right? And in the economic and philosophical manuscripts, right? Okay, he's quoting people like Saint Simon, right? Okay, who's one of the a sort of occultist that influenced Martinism, right? So he's quoting Saint Simon, right? Who's kind of a socialist, right? Who's kind of like a proto-psychologist, right? Okay, he's getting up to plant a tree of liberty, okay, in the marketplace with Schelling in support of the French Revolution. He thinks Napoleon is the world spirit on horseback. This is Hegel now, right? Now, Marx is influenced by all this, right? The spirit of world restoration, right? The messianic expectation that's shared by the Freemasons and the Jews, right? One of the goals of the League of the Just, like their mission statement, is the coming of the kingdom of God on earth, right? So they're aligning themselves with this messianic expectation, right? Okay. Now, now what else can I say, right? Now, in terms of his philosophy, right, there's 3 steps, right? One is the universality of man, right? Is this idea of universalism and this idea of treating nature as a commodity, right? The commodification of nature, right, leads to the commodification of man himself being part of nature, right? Okay, and this commodification of man himself leads to this externalization, right, of this process of commodification, which leads to alienation, right, and strife for man himself, right? And once you become alienated from nature, right, then it becomes the total prostitution. He says universal prostitution of man, right? And the subjugation of nature as the feminine spirit, right? And the subjugation of nature constitutes our separation of nature, our understanding of a species being, our turning into man as a commodity, right? The commodification of man, right? And the universal prostitution of man, right? Of him becoming like a prostitute to be used, right? In the process of exploiting profit, right? So that's the part we're on, the part about universal prostitution. So if you guys want an explanation of how Marx explained this idea, right? And you have a sort of quasi-feminism here, right? But of course it's borrowed from the Hermetic flavors, right? That nature represents a dark, negative material impulse within matter, right? Right. This insight was shared by Newton, right? Probably where he got the idea of gravity. But anyways, let's get to a bunch of other stuff. Let's put some music on for you guys, right? We'll be right back. Okay, with Marx, Hegel, right? More information about Marx and Hegel. We'll see how much we can get through, right? We'll read the economic and philosophical manuscripts. We'll read some of Herbert Marcuse. I had yapped for too long, so we may not be able to get to other things, but I think it was important nonetheless. This is a series of presentations that has been going on, right? I've dropped the link in the chat for you guys. If you guys want to come up, I think I accidentally did that twice. Son of a bitch. All right, here's this link that Lanza put there. Blessings to all the people. Thank you so much for being here with me. And here's a music break for you guys. We're at the hour mark. And so lots more information about Marx and Hegel to supplement our presentations that we're doing on the exposition of material that we're doing on on Wednesday and Saturday, right? So yeah, blessings, friends. Thank you guys for being here. And of course, I've cited all the sources that I use there, right? So you guys look that up yourself. And I almost thought I lost section 42 of my lockbook. Oof. God damn. Stressful. But yeah, let's just go with this. The Lotus Buddha. Right?
Yo, we're back. My mouth was full. Had to snack on something while I was waiting to transition over to that was really interesting though. I love how TML puts it all together, you know, and links all of the philosophers and everything. It's just great. Charles Darwin is on vacation. Well, hell yeah. Let me drop a link. Do, do, do. Oh, yeah, digesting my food. He counted 6 teleprompts. I'm just saying that in general, assuming that going back to a simpler life is the solution to man's problems is an oversimplification. That might be the case. All right, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it early today, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I think pretty much went through everything. It was interesting. And I got nothing else. Nothing to I don't. So actually, I was like, I think it's just because I don't feel like nothing else really. Might as well just go ahead and say goodbye. I love you all. Goodbye. See you next time. All right, this is OTW signing out for today, coming at you from the belly of the beast. Peace. Dave, it's too late. I can't end it. I mean, I can't stop the ending.
It's all good.